Sunday in New York against the Knicks. They'll tip off from Madison Square Garden at noon. Spurs big man Mason Plumlee has finished his 10-day contract with the Spurs, and they must have liked what they saw. Spurs have signed him on for the rest of the season. And GHeorge Pickens is officially tagged.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is Friday. We have made it. The weekend is in sight, that is for sure. And well, we just got one more day and a lot of stuff to do here today on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix, and lots happening, Jason. Lots happening.
Yeah, absolutely a lot happening today. First comment on our YouTube page. You can always go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Says if anyone says anything bad about the Spurs in the chat, you'll be censured. Apparently that's the theme of the day here in San Antonio.
Yeah, I think that happened to our mayor, huh?
Yeah, 8-1. Domination by the council in that vote, like the Spurs over some cupcakes last night in Brooklyn.
As predicted right here on the Blitz yesterday. And everybody was, oh, Joe, be quiet. You're going to jinx them.
Well,
please.
I mean, I know you want to pat yourself on the back for calling a win against Brooklyn.
I just did.
But it was the jinx part that, they went and did exactly what they should have done last night.
Dude, you watched the game last night. Brooklyn is if they could quit the rest of the season, they do it right now. I mean, they're horrible. They're tanking. It's obvious, and they had no desire or intention of winning that game last night.
It was just very, 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 very true. Just for the record, I keep getting notices. If I check out for a little while, just understand I've been in the queue to buy these Metallica tickets at the Sphere since 11 a.m.
Oh, my God.
I'm still hours away, but I just got to notice I've moved up to 41 minutes.
Way to go.
No, see, why would you do that and buy them there?
Because these are from Metallica.
Okay.
So this will be the cheapest that they will be.
Oh. All right.
So when you buy them on sale, like I love John over at Awesome Tickets, but and depending on what's available, when I finally get to the damn queue, and this is for the members pre-sale. They're not even open to the general public yet. This is part of the insider club, right?
So you have to see him, 20 times to be eligible for that, or what?
No, you can sign up for free. But there are different, fan clubs and different things you can be in, and then there's other stuff that they offer you. But if I don't like the seats that are available when it's my turn, then yeah, I'm calling John over to Awesome Tickets. Because, if I'm spending this kind of money, I'm going to have a damn good seat.
And I'm curious about what dates are you looking at?
Show 1.
Well, what day is that?
October 1st.
Oh, okay. Because as our good friend Ben reminded you yesterday, Navy will be in the Alamo Dome on the 17th.
Yeah.
Not Halloween weekend, though.
Oh, you think I should go Halloween weekend?
I feel like that's going to be...
I think show 1. But we'll see.
Show 1, but if that one's gone... I think the next in line is Halloween.
That's kind of what I'm looking at. But today I can buy show 1. That's how they're doing it. I can't buy Halloween right now. I can only buy show 1 or the first 2 weekends. But I'm looking at the first weekend. And what I'm looking at also has the hotel at the Venetian and everything else that comes with all the special perks.
Jeez.
What?
RPP, man.
What do you mean?
Dude, the Venetian and then the expensive tickets. And, you're probably going to fly first class on Southwest Airlines.
Always first class on Southwest Airlines.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's good, Minix. You know, that's what you like to do. That's your money, my brother.
But when you get into the queue and it's 3 hours, you kind of realize there ain't going to be nothing left when I get there.
Well, were you in the queue immediately when you were able to get into the queue?
Yeah.
So I guess everybody else was just sitting there waiting too.
Yeah, you set an alarm. The moment you can go on, you're logged in and you're ready to go. I mean, I know you don't understand the joy and the thrill. Like, you were probably number one back in the day that would camp out all night by the box office window.
No.
Yeah, I see you. Yeah,
No.
I know you, but that's fun.
I'm not camping out anywhere for anything.
Uh-huh.
Nothing.
You never waited in line to get tickets to a big show?
No, I did that. I mean, I'd skip school to go get Styx tickets at the Coliseum in Corpus Christi.
Styx.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure did.
I just saw they're playing at Choctaw in March.
Is that right?
Yeah.
We need to go.
I think we might.
I think we should.
It's a possibility.
All right.
Yeah.
Huh. Styx.
Mm-hmm.
Saw them at the rodeo a year or two ago. The San Antonio Rodeo.
You're like a Styx groupie
They
all
were
of a sudden.
They were very good. Yeah.
You have to ask this question at this age. Still alive? All of them?
They have a show.
Yeah, I mean.
All of them? Who knows?
I think they're all original. The singer's still the original guy.
Yeah.
I know that. I couldn't tell you about the rest of them.
Yeah, you don't care either, do you?
I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
They play the hits. That's all that matters.
And it's the singer.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got you.
So that'd be good. And Foreigners coming to the Majestic. I'm looking forward to that show.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some things that that I'm looking forward to.
Yep.
Now I would like to go to the Sphere at some point in time. Now to see Metallica, maybe not, but for something.
What do you want to go see, The Wizard of Oz?
I would like to. I've heard great things about that.
Nothing but great things about that.
I've heard great things about
Yeah.
it. You get caught in the tornado and there's stuff flying all over the place. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saw you too at the Sphere.
Yeah.
That was great. That
I'm
was
sure.
the first one.
Good.
Catch a Charlie Chaplin show there?
Charlie Chaplin? I'm not sure he's alive. It'd be his ghost.
Yeah. According to YouTube, the Styx singer, not the original.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He sounded like the original.
Yeah, it's kind of like the guy that sings for Journey. Sounds just like the original.
But he didn't know the words. You know who, speaking of that, and I don't know how it is, and maybe it's the algorithm on your phone, but Steve Perry has been popping up a lot on the socials.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Sure.
And I wonder why.
He might be coming back because it seems like Unopinata might be done faking his way through the Journey life.
Well,
according to YouTube, the original drummer died in 96. The original guitarist died in 88.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, see, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew?
But original fan Joe Reinigle still alive and kicking.
Damn right. And, yeah, did I tell you that story? I don't know if it was
what story?
For Styx or for Van Halen, because back when I was in high school, a lot of bands came to the Coliseum there in Corpus Christi. It's right there on you got the bay right there, and it's not there anymore. But that's
the
where
bay's not there?
Well, the bay's there, but the Coliseum's not. So we were skipping school. I remember it was cold.
Uh-huh.
And I guess that's because there were a lot of people out trying to get tickets to the show. Well, the TV stations were out there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was on the news that night.
Oh.
Didn't realize it and got in trouble. I skipped school to go buy concert tickets.
And you got caught on TV standing
caught
in line.
on TV. Who knew?
Uh-huh.
Who knew that was the beginning of a nice career?
Dude, Styx debuted in 1972.
Wow.
I was born in 1973.
How about that?
That's crazy. They got more past members than current members.
Huh. Well, they were good at the rodeo.
Well, sure.
I had no issue with
whatever cover band you watched.
Exactly. They were damn good. It was a lot of fun.
Uh-huh.
And Choctaw, I've heard a lot of good places. I got a lot of good things about that. Darren Woodson recommended that place.
Emmett Smith.
Emmett Smith, too.
Pudge Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Play where the pros play.
So I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be a road trip.
Durant, Oklahoma.
I have no clue where the hell that is.
It's in Durant, Oklahoma.
Well, it's in Oklahoma somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I got you, yeah.
I'm guessing fly and rent a car. I guess you could road trip it.
I don't want to do that.
I mean, you could drive. I mean, your wife has one of those fancy electric cars. Just plug it in and go.
Yes, that's it. We might make it to Waco. we're still trying to figure that thing out, man, and where you can go and where you can't.
You can't leave the city limits.
Well, it's great for driving around the city. There's no doubt. It's just that we've taken my car on more road trips than ever before. So,
well, it makes sense because you have to plan your trip in charging time.
well, that's it, and I'm not willing to do that. In a gas-powered car, you just whip it into the gas station and
Whip it.
fill it up and
Whip
leave.
it good.
You're gone in, 5-10 minutes?
At the most.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on. I mean, if you're Buc-ee's, it's an hour.
Well, and that's the only thing, and I don't know if they've got chargers at Buc-ee's. I would assume that they do. But,
Sure.
dude, if I stay in Buc-ee's, I'll either eat myself to death or Maggie's in there shopping for the other stuff.
You go to Buc-ee's, and that's 2 trips to that clean bathroom
Oh, yeah.
when you first get there and
Well-
then before you leave.
If it's a fast charger, you can charge up in about 15 minutes.
Okay.
But you never. It shows you where all it's really kind of cool. We just got to figure out where they are and how long I want to stop somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Which
So,
I know you.
We're working on it.
It's not. That car is not a road tripper.
Well, it's too bad because it's bigger than my car, and I'd like to take it on road trips. It'd be kind of nice, but we just got to figure out how we can do that. And we're still learning, Minnick, still learning. But that's what Maggie wanted, so that's what Maggie gets.
Absolutely.
So there you go. Happy wife, happy life.
Spurs got a big win last night.
They sure did. As predicted, by the way.
Yeah, they beat a cupcake.
Yes, they did. Big time, big time.
The real news, though, I mean, because last night was an expected win. There more talk about Malik Rose and steak and cheese sandwiches versus Philly cheesesteaks on the broadcast last night because they were bored to death watching that game. But the attention that the Spurs are getting, the Athletics NBA Awards article is out. A lot of love for San Antonio.
Well, as there should be. Let's talk about that. We'll also talk about 11 in a row and a big game coming up on Sunday afternoon at Madison Square Garden against the New York Knicks team that is one of the best in the Eastern Conference, whatever that means. We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at HEB or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just 1 visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
You know, I'm watching that game last night, Minix, and it was really over before it started. It was Spurs could really do no wrong, and Brooklyn just didn't give a damn. And that turned out that way. It was an easy win for the Spurs, no question about it. They're undefeated in the month of February, 11 wins in a row. They're only a game and a half now behind the Oklahoma City Thunder, which is incredible.
It really is. The good news for the San Antonio Spurs is, obviously they're playing great basketball. They've won 11 straight, undefeated in the month of February. But Wemby looks tired, and they do get a couple of days off before playing New York. And for a guy that looks like he needs a break, the break comes at the right time. When he said the other night, everything in L.A. during the All-Star week and whatever the case is, but, that's 3 straight games where Wemby offensively has not played up to expectation. And he looks tired. Because of the games played rule for postseason awards, he's not getting a rest day anytime soon. But he was 3-9 last night. And I can't say Brooklyn's defense was causing that.
No.
Like you could say or use that as a reason when against Toronto or Detroit. And their defense was good, but tired arms, man, tired legs, whatever. Dude is tired, but they don't play again until Sunday. And Vic doesn't strike me as one that's going to be like, dude, we're in New York City. Let's rock and roll.
Yeah, he's not going to do that.
He'll be playing chess somewhere in a park.
Yeah, he won't do that. He'll get some rest, and they'll need it against the Knicks. The Knicks again are one of those teams that is going to contend for the Eastern Conference championship. Right? They're going to represent the Eastern Conference in the finals. So it's going to be a good test for them on the road. They've still got 2 more games. I didn't realize it. I thought that was the end of the road trip. There's still another one after that.
Yep.
So there's still a couple more games on the road, but I'm looking forward to Sunday, and it's good. It's an early game, Sunday afternoon. That'll be kind of cool.
When you look at and you think, and even better because they'll get out of New York at a reasonable hour and off to the next city and get a good night's sleep. So there is opportunity here for Wemby to play a little catch-up on rest, and he certainly needs that. But The Athletic, they have an article with all their postseason award predictions. And it's Spur heavy. Now, they got Wemby third in MVP voting. But they've got Wemby winning Defensive Player of the Year, Keldon Johnson winning Sixth Man of the Year, and Mitch Johnson as Coach of the Year.
That's a no-brainer. I think Mitch Johnson ought to be a shoo-in for that. What he's done with this team and how he has them playing is very impressive. So I think Mitch Johnson is a runaway for that particular award. Keldon Johnson ought to be a runaway for Sixth Man of the Year, the way he's taken to that role and come off the bench and done a wonderful job. Wemby Defensive Player of the Year, yes. MVP, no. Well, I just don't see Wemby as the MVP of the league.
Well, and they've got the Joker winning MVP and SGA at 2. Wemby is third in their reasoning, and I can't argue that. I can't argue that at all. Cade Cunningham at 4, and Jaylen Brown is 5. Then they've got 5 honorable mentions, but including Jalen Brunson, who the Spurs will play on Sunday. But Wemby, in the last round that they did these predictions, was 5th in MVP.
Right.
And he's moved up to 3rd. But the reality is it's Joker SGA, unless, of course, they miss games and aren't eligible.
See, but that brings up a whole debate. Do you want to win MVP because the other 2 guys ahead of you didn't play enough games? To me, that's kind of I really don't want it because I'm the 3rd choice.
I mean, them's are the rules.
I know the rules.
I mean, you're
but
the MVP by default. I think there would be an asterisk next to it.
Absolutely, there would.
But ultimately, if Wemby were to win MVP, would we care? No, we would celebrate him being the MVP. In Denver, there would be a yeah, but. In Oklahoma City, there would be a yeah, but. But I'm with you. Yeah, I mean, Stephen Jones likes to use the term unintended consequences.
Yeah, he does.
With rules.
Yep.
And I think herein lies the unintended consequences of putting a minimum games played rule for postseason awards. And it's hard and fast. It's not, and again, this was Adam Silver and the league's response to, we're tired of DNP resting. We're tired of load management. We're tired of all stuff that started with Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs, mind you. But they put that in, and now you sit there and you go, well, I mean, Joker's been really hurt. SGA's been really hurt. Wemby had real injuries. Wemby would have won Defensive Player of the Year last year if it weren't for some blood clots.
That's true.
And quite honestly, if that minimum rule wasn't in place, because he still led the league in blocks even after missing, all those games after the All-Star break, he might have won Defensive Player of the Year last year if he were eligible.
Look, Wemby's going to win about a gazillion Defensive Player of the Year awards. So, I mean, that's going to come. And he's going to have his share of MVP awards, too. I just don't want to see it as a consolation prize because Joker and SGA didn't play enough games. To me, that's just it takes the shine off. Now, I don't know what Adam Silver can do about that, and I understand why he does the minimum game rule. I get all of that. But again, if you win an MVP award because the other two guys just didn't play enough games, I mean, I'd be kind of like, well, okay. I mean, I'll take the trophy. I'll put it in the case, but it's like, I didn't really win it.
I mean, it goes on the resume.
I suppose.
I'm with you. And then, of course, financially, the implications that come with that would certainly be high. But I think this is the unintended consequences of no exceptions. Hard and fast, you got to play X number of games to be eligible. All to combat load management, but when you have real injuries, but that's also why I don't think Wemby, who I think if he didn't already have so many missed games, probably wouldn't have played last night under the old set of rules. But knowing that postseason awards are important to him, he's not taking a night off when last night begged him to take a night off, although it would have sucked for the fans in Brooklyn that wanted to go see the alien.
Well, that's true.
Which is why the rule is in place.
Right. It is. And so it brings up a debate. I don't know. Adam Silver's got a lot of things that he's going to have to work out, and I don't know if there's any great solution to any of them. But I appreciate the fact that he's trying. With the 65-game rule, I get it. But, again, a lot of these guys, and it's not Wemby or even Joker or SGA. I mean, I believe those guys would like to play 82 games. But it's some other players that take advantage of the rules, and that's why he's doing it. And it does cheat the fans like it would have cheated the fans in Brooklyn last night if Wemby would have sat that game out. So I appreciate him doing something, but, again, it will screw with the postseason awards. I think every year we'll be having this conversation.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you look at, which kind of takes some of the excitement of winning them off if they get watered down, if the Shedeur Sanders type makes the Pro Bowl.
Right.
Right. He's not going to be named All-Pro, but he's going to be Pro Bowl. And this is where I don't think being named to an All-NBA team, is that also included, not just postseason awards? I'd have to look that up. I'm not sure. Can you make All-NBA first team?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know the answer.
I'll have to look.
Yeah.
Now, Coach of the Year. None of us thought Mitch Johnson would be in the running for Coach of the Year. But how the Athletic looks at Coach of the Year. Team expectations. If a team surprises us based on preseason expectation, a coach will usually jump up in the voting. Team success. This sort of ties to the first criteria. How good a team is matters a lot here. Could you get fired soon? We've had a surprising number of Coach of the Year winners fired soon after winning. this is true. Mitch Johnson is number 1. Joe Mazzulla with the Boston Celtics is 2. And Detroit's J.B. Bickerstaff is number 3. Honorable mentions include Charles Lee with the Hornets and the Suns' Jordan Ott.
I mean, the 3 that you just mentioned, all 3 are deserving. Obviously, we want Mitch Johnson to get it because, well, he's one of us.
Yeah.
And so what he's done with his team is fantastic, the way they're playing. But Bickerstaff with Detroit. Nobody thought the Pistons would be this good this soon. And then Mazzulla with Boston without Tatum all year. And he's been pulling this thing off. So I think all 3 of those guys are worthy. But to me, it really comes down to the expectations part that you were talking about. Nobody expected the Spurs to be in the position they're in right now, contending for the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. And so I think the expectations have been met and exceeded tenfold. And that's why I think Mitch Johnson is a runaway winner of that award.
Now, on our YouTube chat, on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, Fred says MVP is MVP. Hector says Wemby wins MVP only if the Spurs get the 1 seed. Maybe.
That makes sense.
Wemby, if he was 5th and now 3rd, according to The Athletic, in their deal that they put out, and you think about ESPN does theirs with actual voters. They do a straw poll with 100 of the media voters at least, or however they do it. But I look at it and I do wonder if the Spurs dominate in March and in April down the stretch and they take the 1 seed, would Wemby then surpass Joker and SGA if Joker and SGA play enough games and remain eligible for the award?
Well, I would feel better about that. Certainly.
Yeah.
And then you celebrate it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think there's a legit shot at that if that scenario plays its way out. Now, we'll get to see SGA tonight against the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
SGA's coming back, first game back. They are in OKC. They're going to take on the Denver Nuggets tonight. That'll be a hell of a game. I'm looking forward to watching. But we'll see. Is SGA rusty? I don't think he will be. The guy's just too damn good. But again, you got to be a Denver fan tonight, don't you? You got to be.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, you want Oklahoma City to lose, kind of, and in a weird, sick, unrealistic way. You want them both to lose, and because you look at the standings, you're chasing Oklahoma City. Now a game and a half back, but Denver 7.5 back. So yeah, you want Denver to win, but that gets you close to OKC. But can they both lose?
Unfortunately, not tonight. No, they can't.
Son of a 210-656-ESPN 656-3776. Hey, Joe, you're on the Blitz. What's going on, man?
Yes, I had a suggestion for Joe Reinagle in minutes.
All right. You're on the
air. You're talking to him.
Okay. There's a street downtown called Towers of America Way.
Okay.
You know where that's at?
I assume it's right by the Tower of the Americas, yes.
Correcto. I think it starts at Montana. I mean, it starts at Commerce, and it goes on the side of the convention center.
Okay.
Crosses Montana, and then it probably ends over at Cesar Chavez.
Okay.
Well, my suggestion is, why not name that Grace Popovich?
Well, it's far better than the airport. I would imagine, Joe, at some point, when the new arena is built, there will be some new roads that are going to be down there. And names like Popovich would probably come up.
Probably Duncan, Robinson, Parker.
Well, see, and that's, I mean, and I really do hope, because this is tangent, all right? We got too many retired jerseys. But in the new arena, if you put statues up, Pop would have his statue up.
Sure.
The big three, David Robinson, and the Iceman.
Absolutely.
And to me, those are the only ones that should have their jerseys hanging from the rafters. And if you're talking about naming streets for legendary Spurs, unless you build a neighborhood like that one, way out off of, what was it, 151, where they've got all the different cowboy names.
Yeah.
Unless some builder builds a neighborhood and uses a bunch of Spurs names, those are the ones. Greg Popovich, sure. But Greg Popovich is either going to have to not be with us or sign off on it. And I don't know that he would sign off on it. He just, I think we were all surprised when he finally agreed to go into the Basketball Hall of Fame. But he only did that after his guys got in. He went in with Tony, right? But he wanted to make sure he didn't go in before those players. And I think he would probably say the same thing about the honor of having a street named after him. It needs to be Tim Duncan Way. It needs to be Ginobili Drive. It needs to be, Tony Parker Court. There has to be streets for those guys before a street for Greg Popovich. Knowing Pop the way we do, unless he's not here and can't say don't do that.
Look, I think Joe's got a great idea, although I prefer your suggestion. And I'm not trying to copy the Lakers because I hate them, but I do like the way that they do have statues around that arena. And I think it would be fantastic to have the guys that you mentioned. But you brought up you kind of stirred the hornet's nest there. Now, with all the banners hanging in the Frost Bank Arena, you think Gervin, Robinson, Duncan, Parker, Ginobili, and Pop should be the only ones up there. That's it, huh?
That's it.
Okay. So no Elliott.
No.
No. Who else is
Johnny
up there?
Moore?
No. Well, for sure, Johnny Moore shouldn't be up there. I'm not sure exactly why Johnny Moore's up there.
Avery.
Silas to a degree. But Avery, love him. First title guy.
When he made the winning shot.
He did make the winning shot, but 45 seconds
well,
left?
Just saying.
But he did, but and you got the Memorial Day miracle, but is that worthy of getting your jersey retired? Now, granted, by the standard the Spurs have set, they certainly belong up there, but you could also say Matt Bonner by the standard the Spurs have set when you look at all the rings that dude collected here.
Well, no doubt. And you got Bruce Bowen up there, too, and love Bruce Bowen. But, again, I don't know. The Spurs decided to do that, but that brings up it, and that could be a thread throughout the whole show. I'm just curious, who would you have hanging in the rafters of the Frost Bank Center, and then the Wemby Center coming up?
They've set the standard, but it's the statues out front. And you're right, the Lakers and what they've done at Staples Center. And it's not just the Lakers because you've got the great Wayne Gretzky statue out there.
Yeah.
A lot of statues there in their park. The Yankees have, their area. You go to a lot of arenas have statues of their legends. In Atlanta, they've got the human highlight reel, who was a Spur at one point.
Yep.
So,
Dominique Wilkins.
But when I look at, statues, and I know, at one point we talked like at the Frost Bank Center now, no, because nobody ever goes. Put them on the Riverwalk. You could have them all over the Riverwalk. Or now that the arena is going to be downtown in the cool little area.
Now, see, that I at this point in time, I want to wait.
Yeah.
Wait until the new arena's done and then put those statues up. That's where they should rest and be there forever. Interesting because it's funny, Minix, because that argument and that debate's been going on for a long time with the banners up in the Frost Bank Center, AT&T Center before, and all of that. Big debate. So if you've got a suggestion, I want to hear from you. If you're on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, you can like and subscribe. You can comment there. Get Jason at Jason Minix on Twitter. I'm at Joe Reinagle 210, or you can call and do it the old-fashioned way, 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN. Who should come down from the rafters?
Oh, well, taking
instead
anybody
of being
down,
up there.
But, come on.
Well, I'm in total agreement with you, though, and I think fans ought to have a say-so.
Johnny Moore won this on a landslide.
Look, Johnny, good player. He got sick.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's in the rafters.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And he cheats at golf, for God's sake.
He does.
So,
he does.
Yes, there's that. So if you want to chime in on that, you can. If you don't, that's fine too. How about chiming in on this? The Cowboys have officially tagged wide receiver GHeorge Pickens, and they've done so with a non-exclusive franchise tag. What does that mean for the Cowboys and for George Hill? We're talking about that when we continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, you need your logo on any kind of gear, get in and see Sam over at Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. You need uniforms made? Sam has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries, construction, restaurant, medical, schools, leagues, so much more. You need your logo on any kind of golf shirt, fishing shirt, dress shirt. Sam has all the big name brands like North Face, Eddie Bauer, Under Armour, Travis Mathew, Nike, Port Authority, even Tommy Bahama. You need T-shirts screen printed. Sam will get you taken care of. And if you need caps, Sam has more than 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom. And he's got all the popular cap brands, the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike, Cap America. He got them in stock just waiting for your logo. You walk in there, he's got, more hats on display in his showroom than, a store that sells nothing but hats. Go see Sam. Nobody has better prices. He's the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. No order too big, certainly no order too small. All items do come with a warranty. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410, right there across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-611-2046. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-611-2046. That's 800-611-2046. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like nuclear reactor safety expert.
I disabled the backup cooling system. It was making such an annoying noise. You heard it, right? It was like,
we're on the countdown to core failure.
And you're saying we don't want that?
This is the job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Hey, it's time to shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups. It's easy to do when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Picks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play for your first 5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, every board that much more exciting. So don't miss the chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. Prize Picks. It's always so good to be right. I've played Prize Picks for years now. You know why? Because I can play my players the more or less, and I can combine my favorite sports, football, basketball, hockey. No matter what they can play, I can pick the more or less and get it down. And with a new feature alert, Prize Picks has early payouts. That's right. If your player gets off to a hot start, you know you have an option to cash out early. Get those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on Prize Picks. It's easy to find the social feeds. You can listen to those you trust or be the trusted. That's right. Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks today right now and use the code Alamo and get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Remember the code Alamo and get $50 in lineups every time you play for the first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's so good to be right.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting fitting animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunkla, PPL Motorhomes, and Ancira.com. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Always going for it, never pump.
Well, who will Prescott be throwing to? Just C.D. Lamb? Or will it be George Pickens and C.D. Lamb? It's the question. This year, I think it will be Pickens and Lamb for sure. After that, who knows? But the Cowboys have officially tagged Pickens to a non-exclusive franchise tag. That means he can negotiate with other teams.
You know, it is interesting what has happened with George Pickens and the Cowboys, because it was like, yeah, he's going to get the tag, it's all going to be good, and then it's not going to be good, and now what are they going to do? I like the idea that they use the non-exclusive franchise tag, because I think it does one of two things. One, the Cowboys are negotiating with George Pickens from you're an elite wide receiver too, and we're going to pay you that. Basically, T. Higgins is probably the example. George Pickens and his agent probably view him as an elite wide receiver one. So they're looking at wide receiver one money, which would be in the high 30s, if not maybe 40. Can the Cowboys afford to do that? With this non-exclusive franchise tag, that does allow George Pickens to go talk with other teams starting March 11th when the league year begins. And if another team does view him as a wide receiver one and signs him to an offer sheet at wide receiver one money, the Cowboys will have 5 days to match that offer or let him go to that team. And if he goes to that team, the Cowboys will be entitled to draft choice compensation equivalent to 2 first-round picks.
Okay, so back from fantasy land, there's nobody going to give up 2 first-round draft picks for George Pickens. They're not going to do it. And hell, if they do, that's a Christmas present. But would you give up 2 first-round picks for George Pickens? No, the answer is no.
Well,
absolutely not. You would not. There's no way. And the other thing is, it is that of, can the Cowboys afford to have 2 wide receivers and paying them top dollar to play at that position? You see, Cincinnati's got that. Their offense is fantastic. They have no money left to fix the defense.
Well, and that's it. The Cowboys have the highest paid quarterback in the league. The Cowboys have one of the highest paid wide receivers in the league already.
Yep.
They're going to have the highest paid kicker in the league. They still have some offensive linemen that are coming up that are going to be really expensive, if not close to highest paid, which tells you they've done a pretty good job at drafting. Their talent and their talent acquisition has been solid in a lot of areas because now they've got some RPPs. You know, man, we got these guys, and they're some of the best in the league, and they want to be compensated that way. Whether they drafted them or, I don't know, a trade for some guys. And then you look at, like, the cap hit Kenny Clark is going to have this year. So can they be that top-heavy? And the answer is, yeah, of course they can. But then how do they fill in the rest of the gaps to have a competitive football team?
Well, and that's it. I mean, look, we've talked ad nauseum about the problems on defense, and that is an issue. And if all your money is tied up on the offensive side of the football, then your defense is going to suffer. And it was bad last year. They've got a lot of holes to fill. And the franchise tag, look, at least the Cowboys know. All right, if he plays on this tag, it's $28 million. We've got that. We know exactly what we've got to spend and what we can spend. And the Cowboys are going to rework some contracts. Dak Prescott, probably C.D. Lamb, and others to get money under the cap. Because right now, I saw a report they're about $50 million above.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to do something before they can sign anybody. So I just don't know. And again, to have GHeorge Pickens again play this year on the tag, see what he can do. In all essence, the guy's had one good year. I mean, is he not? He was solid with Pittsburgh, but you never thought of GHeorge Pickens as he's one of the top 5 in the league.
No, but he's never had a quarterback like Dak Prescott. He was a wide receiver 1 in Pittsburgh, and he put up some great numbers, but even remember then we thought he was just the go-route guy, and he's turned into be a far better receiver in Dallas than what he ever showed in Pittsburgh, and he was great in Pittsburgh. So the whole 1 versus 1A, but then you listen to Stephen Jones talk, and I mean, Stephen, what's the word? He can't, he's not really helping himself when it comes to negotiating by all the love that he gets him. I mean, this was Stephen earlier today with Rich Eisen talking about just tagging GP today.
Yeah, I think, the difficult thing, which everybody sees, is when we're already paying one of the best receivers, if not the best, in C.D. Lamb at the very top of the market. And then obviously with the performance George had last year, you can imagine what his expectation is. So that's a challenge. We readily admit that. And at the same time, we also know and found out what 2 really premier receivers can do for an offense, and especially if you put them with a quarterback like Dak Prescott, we really, had an explosive offense that we feel like if we can get the defense right on the other side of the ball, that we can compete for a championship. And certainly watching this year's Super Bowl, I don't think a lot of people when the season started had the 2 people that were in it. Yep. As guys who were going to be participants, but hats off to them. They did a great job, but we feel like, we're very capable of fixing this defense. And then the way George went out and complimented CD, the way Dak used him, and we've already made a move to go ahead and solidify Javonte Williams being back, who was a big part of that offense running the football. Coach Schottenheimer and his offensive staff were committed to running the ball. And then we got a really good tight end room and a lot of resources and a nice offensive line. So feel good about that side of the ball. As you said, we've got to get with it now on the defensive side. We've got a great staff. Now we got to put the players with the group of players, which we do feel like we've got some nice players on the defensive side of the ball. We've got to get some more to go with them.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and that's going to cost money. I mean, it is, and I readily assume that with that 12th pick, they're going to take a defensive player. What they do with the 20th pick, whether they use that as a pick or to trade to try and get a couple of more picks, remains to be seen. But that's not going to fix that defense. Even if they pick 2 defensive players in the first round, it's not going to fix that defense. They've got work to do over there, and I think a couple of veterans coming in here, free agents, would certainly help the trick and at least patch up a few holes where if that offense scores a few points, then they may be okay.
The idea of the work that the Cowboys front office has, because what you just said is absolutely true. They can't just fix the defense in the draft. They've got to go spend money in free agency. All right, well, between their kicker and a wide receiver, how much are they going to have available in free agency? And I know the cap number came out today, and it's, $22 million more, but they still have to redo a bunch of deals just to get under the cap. Now, they've got the ability. So if you look at cap numbers today, don't think they're broke. They're not. They have the ability to restructure a lot of deals and free up a lot of money to help this year's team. And they can do that if they truly are all in to win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott on this contract. Now, remember when Jerry signed Dak Prescott to this contract, they were kind of all in and then kind of weren't. And then that playoff loss to Green Bay, it felt like the front office took 2 years off. Like, I'm tired of investing in this crap because you guys aren't winning. All right, well, now we're halfway through Dak's deal, and in 2 years they haven't been in the playoffs. So not even hanging around the rim, as Jerry always likes to say. So will it be different this year? Everything they have done to this point in the offseason indicates maybe this is the year they do something a little bit different. So the expectations would be spend a little money in free agency. But do you do that with George Pickens on a big deal, which is why I like the non-exclusive tag, because if somebody is willing to pay him the money that he's wanting and give up the equivalent of 2 first-round picks, the Cowboys would be happy with that. Not happy,
absolutely.
Not happy losing George, but the compensation coming back, hell yeah, let's see what we can do with it.
Are you kidding me? 2 first-round draft picks for George Pickens? Give it to me now. Where do I sign? I would. You'd take that in a heartbeat. I don't even think there'd be a discussion about it.
But it does, listening to the Cowboys, especially Steven, who told Clarence Hill of All City Dallas, Jerry met with George in person yesterday in Dallas before flying out to Indy for the Combine. Jerry, according to Steven, wanted to let Pickens know firsthand about the tag and how much the Cowboys valued him and wanted to keep him. And Steven said, man, George was fired up, all that, ready to go and wanting to be a Cowboy. So, but if his agent and George thinks they can get wide receiver 1 money, all right, go get it. It's very similar to what the Ravens did with Lamar. Yeah, go negotiate. See what you get. And then come on back when reality slaps you in the face.
Well, we'll see if reality slaps him in the face. There are a lot of teams out there that are looking for a number 1 wide receiver.
But would they pay George Pickens that money and give up what they would have to give up to the Dallas Cowboys?
No. I don't think anybody's doing that.
If he were an unrestricted free agent and signing him to that deal, you're right. I think a lot of teams would line up to give it to him. This is the Cowboys' way of saying, we're not going to pay you that. We don't think anybody else will, but if they do, we get rewarded for that. And if you don't get that, come on back and here's the offer that we're going to give you.
Well, it's interesting to me because Clarence Hill's all over the place. I mean, if Stephen Jones is saying that he's fired up and he's reporting that and he wants to be a Cowboy and all that, Clarence Hill earlier today said, don't expect Pickens to show up and or play on the tag. So I don't know which is it. Is he fired up to be a Cowboy or is he pissed off that he's going to be franchise tagged?
Can he be both?
Why would he be?
I mean,
he's going to have to play on the tag. I don't see them signing him to a long-term deal before July 15th.
I mean, think about something Mike Tannenbaum said earlier today on Get Up.
In this situation, there is going to be a disparate point of view. The team is going to say, we have CeeDee Lamb, our number 1 receiver, and you're a great number 2, and that's about $28.7 million. George Pickens is going to say, did you watch the season last year? I'm a number 1 wide receiver. If you don't think so, let me go to the market, and I'll prove it to you. There'll be about a $12 million per year difference between the two sides, and I feel bad for our friend Brian Schottenheimer, who knows all too well what it's like to deal with contract issues at the Cowboys and other places. I think there's 0 chance he's in the offseason program, and I think there's 0 chance we see George Pickens before Labor Day.
Well,
Labor Day.
And that's unfortunate if that's the case. But again, I don't think that Tannenbaum is understanding. If somebody's going to offer him, $40 million a year and give up 2 first-round draft picks? I just don't see that happening. I don't see any team out there that's going to make a deal like that for a guy that, is a good wide receiver, but he is a number 2 wide receiver. He's not 1A or 1B. He's a number 2 wide receiver, period.
He certainly is in Dallas. Now, Steven talking to Rich Eisen earlier about George Pickens' situation.
Absolutely. We're not putting any time frame on this. I mean, the most important thing is live in the present. We just love that George is going to be back. Jerry had a great visit with him yesterday. He was fired up that he wasn't going to be going anywhere. And we all understand, too, economically, guys probably would prefer a long-term deal, but the franchise tag, economically is not bad either. But he was very fired up about his future with us. We felt like he wanted to be in Dallas. He certainly said that to Jerry yesterday. Jerry was just said he was on cloud nine, that he was going to be a Cowboy again.
See, and
He's
again,
on cloud nine.
And again, I'll be on cloud nine at Labor Day. Because, Mike Tannenbaum, former GM, we've seen enough guys on the tag, and Dak Prescott gets used as the example all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Dak did it, right? Anybody else? So if he holds out, doesn't go to Oxnard for training camp, doesn't go through OTAs, what kind of season does he have next year? Good, but not great. And then, of course, when it's time to do this again, will Steven and Jerry say, George, man, we love you, but your production fell off. Here's your new contract offer. But you listen to Steven, he was fired up. He's not going anywhere. He loves it in Dallas. I'll see you guys for the regular season when I'm getting paid.
Yeah, well, we'll see. And that's what you got to worry about. Is he going to play? Is he going to show up? Now, voluntary stuff, they're going to expect him to be there, but he doesn't have to be.
Nope.
But there is a mandatory in there as well that's coming up. So it's going to be interesting to see. According to Todd Archer, and Pledge just sent this, he said, everybody's worried about the Cowboys being over the cap by so much right now. The team can create about $66 million in room when restructuring the deals for Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Tyler Smith. He's listed here, but he doesn't have a new deal yet, does he? Did Tyler get signed?
Yeah,
he did. That's right.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. So, and he says which should happen as soon as next week. So there you go. So $66 million. Now, if they've got that space, do you take $28 million right off the top of that, and then that's what you got left?
I want to say that 28's kind of included in that. That's money that they could still free up to go sign some of these other guys that we hope they go sign, whatever their names might be in Nakobe Dean.
Well, that could, and that's another Clarence Hill tweet that the Cowboys are going to go after Nakobe Dean, the linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles. And to me, that would be a great pickup. That guy's good. He's really good, but it's certainly not going to be cheap. Not going to be cheap at all. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see if Pickens is fired up and if he's really on cloud nine, or is he pissed off that he's going to be franchise tagged? Who knows?
Both could be true. But we're living in the present, according to Steven.
How can you be on cloud nine and pissed off?
Because you're getting $28 million, but it's not 100. You're playing on the tag, but you want the long-term contract, but you're still getting $28 million?
No, I'm with Steven there. I mean, that's a pretty good chunk of change to play 1 year of football.
But it ain't 100.
Well, no, it's not.
It's not the security.
It's wait a minute. So $28 million is not security? I don't. Where are we living at?
I mean,
it's just like,
I'm not talking about what you, me, and Pledge would. I mean, $28 million. Somebody gave me $28 million right now. I'm retiring.
Your kids and grandkids and their kids would be just fine because you would take care of that money and it would grow.
But if you were looking at a contract for 4 years that would pay you $100, you don't want $28 million. It's like when you win the lottery. When? Because I think positively. When I win the lottery, they're going to ask me, do you want a lump sum or do you want it in payments? In payments, it's over time. You'll make more. Now, you're old, so you might just say the lump sum because you don't want to leave any to the kids.
I don't want payments.
Yeah.
Why would you want payments?
You got money coming in?
Yeah, I want it all right now. I get that nice suite at the Bellagio. It'd be gone by the end of the weekend. Are you kidding me?
Then you'd wish you had payments.
We'll have to wait and see what happens. But we're going to talk more Cowboys football. And if you've got an opinion on that, we certainly invite it here on the Blitz. A lot of ways to do that. Our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, at Jason Minix, at Joe Reinagle 210 on Twitter, or you can give us a call, 656-3776. A lot of ways to do that. When we come back, lots happening. Now, the Atlanta Hawks are doing something, Jason, that has a lot of folks scratching their heads. They're going to celebrate a strip club.
It's legendary.
Apparently so. We're
It's for
talking
the
about
city.
it when we continue here on the
Lemon
Blitz.
pepper wings, baby.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding 281 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like an estate planner.
Per the contents of the will, all assets go to, what does that say? Ragutataya Yaminayat. Oh, I don't know. I was in a weird place when I wrote this.
This is your job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Wendy's has a new Girl Scout Thin Mints Frosty Fusion with Girl Scout Thin Mints cookie pieces, rich creamy frosty, and a mint chocolate cookie sauce. Which means Girl Scout Thin Mints and Wendy's Frosty, yeah, they're basically best friends now. It's like two delicious desserts just high-fived, snapped a few too many friendship selfies, and then rode a tandem bike down a never-ending road of mint chocolate frosty perfection. So, swing by Wendy's and try the new Thin Mints Frosty Fusion.
Limited time only at participating U.S.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free. Really?
Really? Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah. How much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free. Really?
Really. Free. It's part of A to Z Savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ends March 9th. Restrictions apply.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Houston Texans are said to have interest in Seahawks' potential free agent running back and Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker III in free agency. That's according to John Alexander of the Houston Chronicle. Other Texans news, the NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reporting Houston is prioritizing signing defensive end Will Anderson Jr. to a long-term extension, and that could happen sooner rather than later.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Happy Friday, everybody. We have made it. It is Friday. The weekend is in sight. Hope everybody's got some great weekend plans. But first things first, we've got lots to do here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And happy you are a part of our day here. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix. And, boy, so much happening, Minix. It really is. You think football season's over, and it's like, boom, bam.
Boom. Off season, a lot of times more entertaining than regular season. And maybe entertaining isn't the right word, but there's a lot going on in the off season, whether it's NFL or even some of the college football. But you have the Spurs that, my goodness, since you've been a part of this here program, 4 years now?
Yep.
Spurs are going to the playoffs.
First time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, first time since 2017?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been a long time.
I mean, there was a time where, people ask, especially like if you go and you're talking to like a college class or, people, hey, it's the end of football season. What are you guys going to do now? There's never been a slow day in sports talk radio.
Never has.
And thankfully, the NFL dominates every month of the calendar, right? But it's a lot of fun when the Spurs matter through May and June.
Absolutely. And not only matter, they're the hottest team in basketball right now. Playing really well, even if their best player is not. The last 3 games, Wemby is not, at least offensively, has not played well. But the other guys are stepping in and picking him up. And I think it's great. The depth on this team looks fantastic. And they're doing everything right thus far. And as we roll the calendar into March, this playoff run and the chase for the number 1 seed in the West is going to be a lot of fun.
Dude, it's incredible this time of year with everything that is going on. It's a lot of fun. And I can only imagine if the Spurs did something like the Atlanta Hawks are doing. Let's talk about it on the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novu Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
Atlanta's known for a lot of things, including strip clubs. One very famous strip club, Magic City.
Magic City.
And the Atlanta Hawks are having a Magic City night while playing the Orlando Magic.
I wonder now, and I'm trying to see this, and I don't know if I ever saw it in the article that I was reading here, but are they a sponsor of the Hawks? Or is that just where the fellas go and maybe have a special section after games?
Well, they go there for the wings.
Is that what it is?
Apparently, they've got some of the best wings. The lemon pepper wings are probably the most famous there at Old Magic City. But the fact that they're going to have a Magic City night at an NBA game is kind of interesting. Now, one of the Hawks owners, who's also a filmmaker, did create a film about Magic City because it is a cultural institution there in the ATL. There was a 5-part series, docuseries on Stars. Anybody watch that?
No, I missed that. Did you miss it?
I didn't know they did that until just now.
Well, I didn't know either. I was worried about the kids with a bunch of strippers running around, but apparently that's not going to happen.
You seem disappointed.
Well, I am. I might have watched the Hawks game for once. Family-friendly interpretation of Magic City, according to this.
All strip clubs are family-friendly.
Music, merchandise, and wings, but no dancers. So if your kid asks why the grown-ups are so hung up on this chicken restaurant, That's a conversation you have to have at home, according to the end of that article. Very clever way to end that. But, yeah, because I figure you take your kid to the game, it's like, hey, Dad, what's Magic City?
It's a wing place where you can only get your wings to go. I'll bring them home for you, son.
If I have any money left. You got a Magic City, they're going to try to part you from as much of your money as they possibly can. And maybe that's why it's called Magic City. They make your money disappear.
Could the
like magic?
Could the Spurs? Could they?
What are they gonna have, a Sharkies night?
Sharkies is at the coast, sir.
Oh,
you're thinking of Sugars.
Sugars, the one with the shark outside.
Yeah, it's called Sugars.
I mean, can you imagine the Spurs having a Sugars night?
No, because All Stars closed. That was that and the old Shotgun Willie's, which is now the Palace, was a favorite among some Spurs players.
PT's night.
There's still a PT's?
I don't hear much about PT's.
Perfect tens.
Well, yeah.
Whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
I don't. It's never going to happen here in San Antonio. That will never happen. I'm just going to lay that on the line right now. That will never happen.
Stepping out on a big limb there.
Well, it's because we don't have a strip club that's a cultural institution.
Well, maybe we did, and it closed.
Well, then it's
not.
not.
Dennis Rodman made All Stars famous.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah.
There was a handful that used to love to go over here off of Parambital.
Well, what's the name? No offense to y'all. I drive by that thing every day. What the hell's the name of that place? Do you know?
Oh, we're talking about two different. Well, I know which one you're talking about.
Parambital,
yeah,
right there.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking. Well, the Palace is the Parambital 4-ton exit.
Oh, okay.
And there
I'm
used to be
talking
one
about
across the street, but yeah, the one on
Wild Zebra.
Is it Wild Zebra?
No, it's not
well,
Wild
at one
Zebra.
point, it turned into like some ER. They had an ambulance out there, and I think they changed the name because people showed up thinking it was an urgent care.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. All I know when I drive by there, and usually twice a day, once coming here and once leaving, and
it's on the route home.
There's a big limo outside with naked girls on it.
Really?
Well, silhouettes of
I was
naked
gonna
girls.
say, yeah, I never see anybody standing out there.
Like they got new promotion going on over there.
I'm just saying.
What? It's been so long for me.
I don't know what the name of that is.
What are the good strip clubs in town outside of the Palace? Like if I was to go, I'd say I'd go to the Palace.
I have no idea. I haven't been to a strip club in this city for a long time.
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know, but none of them will be honored at a Spurs game anytime soon. So sorry, fellas and ladies. A lot of ladies like those places too. So
speaking of exposed skin, the NCAA is now targeting calves in their latest proposed college football rule changes.
Boy, I tell you what, that is a priority need, is it not, by the NCAA?
Cover up your calves,
Way
young man.
to go. That's going to solve every problem we have in college football. That's a genius. What a bunch of donkeys. I'm telling you, man, do they have anything better to do than who gives a damn if their guys are showing their calves? Yeah, I read that article.
I mean,
it's just stupid.
we got lots of problems in college football. I didn't think this was one, but yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Solve the world's problems.
Yeah, well, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one that maybe they actually have the balls to do. Because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, look, I'm not a fan of shorts. Now, there's a picture here of it looks like an Oklahoma State kicker, and basically he's wearing shorts. I don't like that. I don't want that. But
well, you sound like Kirk Herbstreit.
Well, I don't like that.
Is it Oklahoma State or OU? Because the OU kicker, which used to be the UTSA kicker, was the one basically wearing Daisy Dukes out there, and Herbstreit lost his mind.
Well, I mean, it's ridiculous looking.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. But I mean, don't we have better things to do, or more pressing problems than whether dudes are showing their calves or not?
I mean, look, I'm going to guess, and we'll get into this coming up in the next segment, this round table coming up with President Trump and college leaders, exposed calves aren't going to be a part of the discussion.
I would assume not.
But I'm glad that they're working on fixing the problems in college football and starting with that.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Kind of like the Colorado basketball coach, Tad Boyle.
Doesn't like technology.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, I hate them. I hate replay. I hate it. It's just whatever. Just play the game. The game's played by humans. It's coached by humans. It's officiated by humans. I hate replay. Hate it. I hate the challenge.
He hates it?
It's just our game has become so technology driven, and that's what's great about sports. Sports has nothing to do with technology. Play the damn game. Officiate the game.
Huh.
Bunch of hogwash.
Hogwash. Hogwash.
Is that Tab Boyle or Joe Reinigle?
Hogwash.
One and the same, my friend.
Yeah, apparently so. Look, technology is one thing. I like the human element in some things, unless it's an egregious miss of a call. But you see the technology they're trying to put in Major League Baseball now, where you can challenge every strike or ball, and to me, that's ridiculous. And you know, some of these things go a little bit too far. I kind of agree with him in some respects, but then we have it. You want to get the call right, and so there's a time and a place. Let's fix college football.
Starting with calves.
Starting with calves. When we get that problem solved, everything else will be easy.
Did you know that was a problem?
I had no clue that was a problem.
Did they get a sock sponsor? Is that why?
That's a good idea. Good idea. Not bad. Yeah, that's stupid. It's going to be interesting. However, you know, we've been talking about the NIL, transfer portal, all of that kind of stuff. And it would take an act of Congress, literally, to get this done. Well, I think President Trump has decided that's what it's going to take. So he's assembling a bunch of college leaders. I believe it's going to happen next week for a roundtable discussion tackling the issues of college athletics. Let's talk about it and figure out what the heck they're going to do, if anything, when we continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brewery, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination with over 80 feet of video walls, 60 craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. A full bar and delicious menu. Novo Brewery is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours. San Antonio's newest sports headquarters is Novo Brewery. We're talking over 80 feet of massive video walls, a lineup of craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. Novo Brewery, juicy, thick-cut ribeye steaks, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, and more. Novo Brewery, built for fans, friends, and full-on game day energy. Novo Brewery, attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Check out the menu and taps at novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Texas is leading America again, and John Lujan is a big reason why. Working side by side with Governor Greg Abbott, Representative John Lujan helped bring high-paying jobs home and strengthen Texas's energy dominance. Now, John Lujan is ready to bring the Trump agenda home to Texas. That means fighting for affordability, higher-paying local jobs, and lower federal taxes for working families. It means defending Texas energy, protecting oil and gas jobs from failed liberal policies, and keeping America #1 in energy production. It means securing our border, making President Trump's border policies permanent, crushing the cartels, stopping fentanyl, and ending human trafficking. And it means rebuilding our military. No social experiments, no distractions, just the strongest, toughest fighting force on earth. Conservative John Lujan is the only candidate endorsed by the San Antonio Express-News, Texas Alliance for Life, and Governor Greg Abbott. On March 3rd, vote Republican John Lujan for Congress. Abbott, Trump, Lujan, a tough team for Texas.
Political ad paid for by John Lujan for Congress.
Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries, she can afford the cover-up too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent, though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas. So you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Shun Club, BPL Motorhomes, and Ancira Auto Group. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your team, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at sasportstar.com.
Well, Jason, I know you've been waiting for this, and it happened. There's an article that just kind of popped up on my computer here that Tony Parker's home that he's had listed for a long time, started at $20 million, has come down $9 million, only $11 million now. I think you can afford that.
Yeah.
How about that?
Let's all pull our money together.
Poor guy, he can't. Yeah, we could probably all live there comfortably.
I got 5 on it.
And then never see that.
Never see each other.
$9 million. It started at $20 million, 53-acre estate. That's what it was going for in September of 2025, and it has come down to $11 million. Looks like a beautiful place, but it's huge.
It does, but when it gets down to about $600,000, I think we could all chip in.
Well, I have a feeling it won't, but that thing is huge. Now, is that where Eva Longoria wanted the, or is this
no, that's
post
the house.
Eva?
I think this is the house that Eva had built and got that little grotto and all that kind of stuff.
She wanted it to look kind of like the
Playboy Mansion.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's good news for anybody who's waiting for that price to drop. It has, so go get it.
Yeah.
Go get that house.
I'm right on it. Right on it.
This is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He is Jason, and well, a lot of folks are going to get together trying to tackle the problems of college football.
Well, that's it, and it's interesting because when you look at it and you think, all right, how are they going to do this? What are they going to do? How do they fix it? Next week, there's a huge group of people getting together.
Week from today, I think.
With President Trump. And the committees, according to ESPN, the president is going to be the chair, President Trump. The Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, and New York Yankees president, Randy Levine, are vice chairs.
All right.
35 people have been invited. According to ESPN, the list to fix college football, the group includes Tiger Woods, Nick Saban, Mac Brown, and Urban Meyer.
Like those three names.
Condoleezza Rice.
That one, too.
Patriots president, Jonathan Kraft. Adam Silver. Eric Shanks, who's the president of Fox Sports, and Jimmy Pitaro, the ESPN chairman. Several athletic directors, including the dude from Notre Dame.
Oh, jeez.
Tim Tebow and Charlie Ward are some former players that are on the list, and they're going to get together and also expected to attend billionaire businessman Texas Tech fundraiser Cody Campbell.
Well, okay. Look, these were the people that were invited. Now, nobody's saying that they're all going to show up, but I would imagine there will be a number of these folks showing up. Because I think everybody's a little concerned, and at least, if nothing else, this is a start, is it not? Because I think the only way to fix this and put some rules and regulations in place is to have the federal government do something where every state has to abide by the same rules.
Well, and that's it. That's half the battle right now is all the states have their different rules, and until they can what's the word I'm looking for? Until they can figure out how everybody is playing by the same set of rules, it's not gonna happen. The federal government has to get involved here, and the salary caps or the amount of money spent, all of that is going to have to come from federal government because these dudes can't police themselves. And I can't say that I blame them at this point. If you're running the SEC or the Big Ten, why would you want to weaken your abilities because you want to make sure that the American can also play in the same sandbox, right? So, and quite frankly, if you're the SEC or the Big Ten, you've got more. The Notre Dame people are going to chime in because they have the ability to do that. So, like I said, it's going to be interesting ultimately to see how everything plays out. But I want to say at least they're getting together and hopefully some sort of progress can be made.
Well, let's hope so. The commissioners of the Power Four Conference will be there as well, or they have been invited. I'm assuming they will be there. Look, something's got to be done. I wish it didn't have to come to this because typically you get the federal government involved with something, it just screws everything.
Yep.
But I don't know how else to fix this, and I don't think it's sustainable. And you hear about the lawsuit yesterday with the kid leaving. Where the hell did he leave?
Brandon Sorsby. He left Cincinnati to go to
Texas Tech. Yeah, and so and they're suing him for $1 million, and there's another lawsuit out there, and there's going to be more lawsuits as players break their so-called contracts, and something's got to happen. It's unsustainable in my mind.
Well, and again, it's funny because I know it just feels like it's broke, and it is unsustainable. But we're a couple years into this, and these guys are getting more and more money, which we thought a couple years into it, unless you win a championship like Indiana did, guys like Cody Campbell would be like, dude, I can't continue to pay for this. That dude said, you know what, Texas Tech, we had a good run. Let's double down and throw more money at it. So it was unsustainable when we were talking about $20 million a roster, and now rosters are closer to 40 or 50. And it feels like people are still willing to write said checks.
I suppose, and I guess people have more money than they know what to do with in that situation. My problem is, number one, this is a transfer portal. It's just ridiculous where it is. And number two, the money that's being thrown at some of these players. Now, NIL, name, image, and likeness, was never meant to be millions and millions of dollars. It just wasn't. And if the NCAA ever had stones 20 years ago and would have just allowed players to have a stipend, I don't think we're in this place that we're in right now. But they wouldn't do it and would get pissed off at somebody that bought a kid a Coke.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just ridiculous stuff like that. So the NCAA is mainly responsible for what is taking place now. But it's got to be fixed. I mean, when you're talking about paying a quarterback, Jason, $4 to $6 million for 1 year, and then they go from school to school to school to school. I mean, how is that? I don't know, how is it enjoyable? And as soon as I say that, college football right now, in my mind, is as fun as it's ever been.
Well, exactly. That's the crazy part, isn't it?
Yes. But my concern is this sustainable? How much is going to be too much? And will the players revolt and want, when is a quarterback going to get $20 million a year or 30 or 60 in, playing for the University of Texas or Alabama or Ohio State? I mean, I can see that day coming.
It's and I think that's why this meeting needs to happen, and it has to be productive. There's got to be a salary cap, and I think you're going to see they're going to follow the NFL model. Right now you talk to a lot of these college coaches, and they use the basic NFL model on what is a player worth by their position and their position group. So the percentage of money that you have to spend, which Jeff Traylor has a different percentage of a different amount of money than Sark or Elko or Eric Morris now at Oklahoma State, but they use the percentage of money that they have available to decide what your left tackle makes versus your safety versus your quarterback or your running back, using the NFL model on how they come up with their budgets and dollars for position groups, knowing that it's not a hard and fast rule, but your quarterback is going to make the most, and your left tackle is going to make more than, say, your center, and it's going to make more than your kicker, and that's how they have to divide their amount of money. Problem is, they're all dividing a different amount of money, and that's what they want to change, because the other part of it, they need agents that are legit agents.
And that's a big problem, because there's a lot of illegitimate agents out there that are promising kids the moon and not coming through.
Which is, again, you look at that and you go, how is that even possible, right? But that's what they're doing.
That's exactly what they're doing. And so anyway, this is I think it was Yahoo first reported this, and now everybody's gotten a hold of it. But apparently this is going to happen a week from today at the White House, and all these people have been invited to show up. We'll see who does show up and what they come up with. It's going to be interesting to see. And gosh, I hope they do. I hope they come up with something and try to put something in place. But if they come up with something and then Congress has got to pass this and that, and they'll fight over that for a couple of years, and who knows? It's just it's a big mess. That's for sure. I tell you what else is a big mess. Could be potentially is GHeorge Pickens. Franchise tag was official today. It has been filed, according to Todd Archer of ESPN, who covers the Dallas Cowboys. So he says it's all official. It's in place. What does that mean for the Dallas Cowboys? What does it mean for GHeorge Pickens? Let's talk about it. We continue here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're dealing with any kind of injuries, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
It's the Morning Huddle
with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a Monday fun day on the Morning Huddle. The Spurs took on the Knicks on Sunday.
College basketball is rounding into tournament form. How'd your top 10 look? It's time to start looking at brackets. And oh yeah, the Cowboys go ahead and franchise Pickens? And who are they chasing next? We'll talk about it all. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Want consistent color for every job? Milo's Pro Rewards members get a 20% paint discount on future purchases after paint annual qualifying spend reaches $3,000. Plus, order eligible in-stock paint and paint supplies by 2 p.m. for free same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Improving is easy at Lowe's. Excludes spray paint and mist tints. More exclusions, terms, and conditions apply. Subject to change. Details at Lowe's.com/terms. Same-day delivery valid in select zip codes. Subject to driver availability. Details at Lowe's.com/same-day delivery.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
back here on the Blitz on a Friday afternoon. That's right, the weekend is in sight, and I'm looking forward to it. This is the Blitz on 94.1. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix, and Minix, just a minute ago, I thought something was wrong. He goes, I got in. It was something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like
you were
that.
Giggling like a 2-year-old girl.
I got my Metallica tickets.
Oh, boy.
For the Sphere.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Halloween in Las Vegas.
Halloween.
Let's go, baby.
How about that? Okay.
And I was able to get good seats in the Sphere.
Good seats.
Which I want to kind of, yeah. Well, I'm in the 300 level, not the 400, but I'll take it. It's high enough.
Right. You don't want to be low, right?
No.
Is that what you said?
No, you don't want to be low there. And I'm liking my seats. I was a little worried because you're in the queue since 11 a.m. And then finally the page pops up. I'm like, all right, crap, now I got to go. Sold out. And then here we go.
So my question is,
Yep.
Did you buy 2 tickets or did you have to buy 3?
No, I bought 2.
Only 2?
Only 2.
None for the kid?
She's on her own.
Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm going to call her and tell her, hey, Erica.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you'll be buying another one before too long.
I might, but not at that price.
Oh, what the hell? Come on.
Dude, I won't tell you what I just paid. But
I don't want to know.
Oh.
I really don't want to know.
I'm waiting for my wife to text me and go, what the hell did you just buy? If she gets the alert on the credit card.
Yeah, I don't even want to know. But, hey, dude, you know what? I don't ever tell anybody what to spend their money on. You want to go to the show and pay whatever you want, then that's your business.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like people telling me how to spend my money.
Exactly.
So the hell with them.
The part about this that sucks is because I got the hotel with that too, but could have got free room somewhere else. You know what I mean? That's the part that's like, yeah.
Yeah, but you're walking right there, isn't it? Right next to the Sphere?
It's right there at the Venetian. So,
yes. Yeah. Okay. Sure. So that makes it worth it. You're good.
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Let us start gambling heavy at the Venetian. You'll be all right. You get free rooms there.
Eventually.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, apparently, no. I'm at the Palazzo.
Ah, okay.
The same thing.
Now, is that Palazzo and
Venetian are right next to, but connected to the Sphere?
Are they connected with like either Caesars?
No, they've got the purple player card.
Okay.
Grazia or something
all
like
right.
that. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. I mean, we've stayed there before. It's all sweet, so
I'm sure it's great.
Not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
Absolutely.
room.
I've stayed there. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've never stayed there.
I've got a player card there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All I know is I'm going.
Yeah. I have to stay at MGM Properties.
That's
who I'm tied in with.
Yeah, there or Circa.
Or Circa, sure.
But in this case, to get tickets early.
No, it's fine. You
have to buy the rooms.
Look, it's awesome. It's awesome. Good for you. Congrats.
Halloween in Vegas.
Oh!
That'll be interesting.
So instead of going to the first shows, I'm going to the last shows. Unless they add more to it, then that'd piss me off.
But just think about Halloween in Vegas.
Dude, nobody's going to care. You think they're dressing up?
In Vegas?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, you don't leave the property.
Exactly.
And I don't know that I will either. I mean, it's not like Halloween in Scottsdale, which, quite honestly, is wonderful unless you're there with your kid.
I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's where you go as the blind referee just to make sure you've got the darkest sunglasses you could possibly have. But
that's kind of like Halloween at the Root Pub.
You still get whiplash. Yes, but my kid's not there.
Well.
No, actually, think about how great Halloween is at the Root Pub.
Yes.
Times that by 100 and go to Scottsdale.
All right. Yeah, well, I like Scottsdale.
Oh.
I have no problem with Scottsdale. It's a good place.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Well, congratulations, Jason. You load off your. I tell you, he was giggling like a 6-year-old.
Well,
girl,
you
man.
finally get in. I got in the queue at 11 a.m. It's 3:40. 4 now, but it took that long to get through, and there was something left.
Wow, that's good. Well, how many shows are they doing?
8.
8 weekends?
No, 4 weekends.
4 weekends.
It's so there's a show. What is it on Thursday night, and then a show on Saturday night, and so I've got both shows.
Okay.
And
Oh, it's perfect. You get to come home for high school football in between them.
that ain't happening. That's not happening. That's a bye week
Where's
or
your
a
dedication?
pleasure play-by-play. Can Matt Roy do play-by-play?
I don't know.
Oh, my gosh.
Probably.
Dude, he's a news guy.
Can Joe Reinagel do play-by-play?
I can, yes.
Good.
So it
You're
might cost you.
You're filling in that day?
It might cost you.
All right.
I'm not cheap.
Well, Connoisseur Media's got money.
But no, this has got to have Jason Minnick's name on the top of the check.
All right.
I hear he works for beer.
12-pack of Flight
12
coming your way.
Cost you more than that, pal.
Well.
24 it is.
No, I'm not going to overpay for Reinagel.
Yeah, we've got a lot of time to negotiate. So
not really.
We do.
You're in.
I'll get my agent on the phone.
You're in.
And we'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like George Pickens probably got his agent on the phone after he met with Jerry. And that the rumor is they met back in Frisco. Is that correct? At the Star before.
Clarence Hill tweeted out that Steven said Jerry met with George Pickens yesterday in Dallas before Jerry went to Indianapolis for the Combine. He wanted an in-person meeting with George to tell him that, yes, you were getting the tag, and yes, we love you, and yes, we want you here long-term. And according to Steven, George Pickens is over the moon excited about being a Dallas Cowboy and staying there. This is Steven talking about that conversation earlier today with Rich Eisen.
Absolutely. I mean, we're not putting any time frame on this. I mean, the most important thing is live in the present. We just love that George is going to be back. Jerry had a great visit with him yesterday. He was fired up that he wasn't going to be going anywhere.
Yeah.
And we all understand too, economically, guys probably would prefer a long-term deal, but the franchise tag, economically is not bad either. But he was very fired up about his future with us. We felt like he wanted to be in Dallas. He certainly said that to Jerry yesterday. Jerry was just said he was on cloud 9 that he was going to be a Cowboy again.
I don't know about cloud 9. I could hear Jerry saying that. He was on cloud 9, Steven. I'm not sure that I don't know. I guess we'd have to ask George Pickens, but time will tell. Because Clarence Hill earlier tweeted out that don't expect Pickens to show up for any off-season activities under the cap or play, for that matter, or under the franchise tag.
It's interesting because that's kind of what we all expected. If you tag him, is he going to show up to the off-season stuff? And the answer is probably not. And according to Clarence Hill, not happening. Mike Tannenbaum, earlier today on Get Up, said, Cowboys will see GP Labor Day.
In this situation, there is going to be a disparate point of view. The team is going to say, we have CeeDee Lamb, our number 1 receiver, and you're a great number 2, and that's about $28.7 million. George Pickens is going to say, did you watch the season last year? I'm a number 1 wide receiver. If you don't think so, let me go to the market, and I'll prove it to you. There'll be about a $12 million per year difference between the two sides, and I feel bad for our friend Brian Schottenheimer, who knows all too well what it's like to deal with contract issues at the Cowboys and other places. I think there's zero chance he's in the offseason program, and I think there's zero chance we see George Pickens before Labor Day.
Who knows? I mean, I can't even speculate. I don't know. You get two different versions of this. Jerry says he's over the moon to be a Cowboy, and then you hear Tannenbaum and Clarence Hill say don't expect him for anything, and we'll see him on Labor Day. Who knows? And I guess only time's going to tell.
And I think both can be true. He can be excited about being a Cowboy, and at the same time still want the long-term deal. And you could be excited about, dude, I'm getting $28 million this year, but I'd rather have the long-term guarantees. The reality is what the Dallas Cowboys have done is they have sort of guaranteed that George Pickens will have a star in his helmet next year, or by using the non-exclusive franchise tag, if George Pickens is able to go somewhere else, the Cowboys will benefit greatly. The Cowboys have all the leverage here because the non-exclusive franchise tag will allow George Pickens and David Mulligetta to test the market. And if they can find a team to sign him, he can get an offer sheet. And the Cowboys then have 5 days to match the offer sheet. And if they decide not to match the offer sheet, they would be entitled to draft choice compensation equivalent to 2 first-round picks. So if George Pickens, who Jerry apparently talked to personally yesterday, don't know if David Mulligetta was in the room on the phone or whatever, we see you as an elite wide receiver 2. You see yourself as an elite wide receiver 1. If you think you can get $38 to $42 million, good luck. Because if you can, we'll be happy for you and also get 2 first-round picks from the team that's willing to sign you to that and give us that kind of draft capital. Is George Pickens worth that?
No, he's not.
Well, again, will a GM think that he is?
I think a GM will think that he's worth maybe the 38 to 42 million a year. But then if you've got to, put those cherries on top of that ice cream cone of 2 first-round draft picks, I think that's a deal breaker.
Well, and again, we'll find out if a GM really loves George Pickens that much, then the Cowboys will say, all right, see ya. We wanted you here, but not at that price. We can't afford you at that price, and they can't. They already are paying a wide receiver 1 money. If he can't find that offer, then George Pickens will have the decision to make this year. Does he work out a long-term deal as a wide receiver 2 or play on the tag and do this dance again next year? Because they can tag him again next year if they want it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be that song and dance.
Well, and again, thinking about this, and maybe this is what the Cowboys' hope is. Somebody signs him and they get that draft capital, play him on the tag 2 years, no long-term commitment, but a huge financial commitment. Because at that point, Dak's deal would be coming up. CD's deal would be coming. Some of these high-priced deals would be coming up, and the quote-unquote window to win on Dak's current deal would be closing. And then they get to decide, are we going to tear this down to the studs? Are we going to re-sign Dak? Is there a quarterback ready to go? This group, the window, does seem to have a time limit on it. And if they don't sign George Pickens to a long-term deal, they're not really committing beyond what that window is. If they are thinking they could use the tag 2 years in a row, money is about the same of what they're going to pay anyway. It's just a huge cap hit on those years, but all these deals kind of expire at the same time.
It's going to be interesting to see. Again, my only concern is, look, the Cowboys did it right. And again, they did it the way it should be done. They've given it's a line in the sand. This is what we want. We want you here for $28 million, most likely going to play on the tag. We have no plans to sign you to a long-term contract. I'm speculating there. Maybe they do, and they're just waiting to roll that out. But, again, Pickens is going to be making a lot of money this year, and if they tag him again next year, he'll do that. He's a young man. He's 24 years old. I guess he'll be 25 by the start of the season. And if he rolls at 26, and then he finally gets a big deal. Dak Prescott did that. It worked out very well for Dak Prescott. I don't know if it works out the same for Pickens or not, but I think we're going to find out. But again, what concerns me more is who do I believe here? Is he on cloud 9, or is he not going to show up for anything? And that's not going to do him any good, or the Cowboys.
I think he could be on cloud now. When you're talking to Jerry, and Jerry's telling you that we love you, and we're going to tag you, You know when you hear that you got $28 million heading to your bank account, and you could be excited about that. And then the agent is like, until we have this long-term deal, I don't want you showing up for anything. And play that tug-of-war game. So I think George could be as excited as Steven described him. He's not going to yell at Jerry. What do you mean? Don't tag me. Come on, you old man. I mean, I don't expect that from George Pickens. But for a guy who has had some attitude question marks, maybe he would be. But I can see where Jerry's talking to you personally, saying that we're going to tag you and we love you and we want you to be here. We've just got to apparently go work it out with your agent because that's the way your agent wants it. And then your agent's telling you, all right, cool. You can be excited about that. You're not going anywhere. Another year with Dak and another year with CD. You can be excited about the football side of things, but unhappy with the business side of things.
Well, again, and maybe it works out because Pickens, he was a model citizen this year, but he was playing for a contract. He'll still be playing for a contract this year. So maybe that makes all the difference, and that's another feather in the Cowboys' hat, if you will, where he will be a model citizen. But then again, look, Pickens isn't stupid, and certainly Mulligetta isn't. They know they can tag this guy twice. So, how do they go about it? But I think the Cowboys have pretty much made it impossible for anybody else to come in and snag George Pickens because I just don't see anybody giving up 2 first-round picks for Pickens. I just don't. And I wouldn't give up 2 first-round picks for Jefferson or Jamar Chase. I mean, I wouldn't give up 2 first-round picks for those guys, much less George Pickens. So it's going to be interesting to see, and it's going to make the offseason just that much more incredible, as it always is.
Always.
I love it. I love it. We got a lot to talk about as we continue here on the Blitz on this Friday afternoon. Spurs looking really good, and they are setting themselves up for a showdown at Madison Square Garden on Sunday afternoon. I'm looking forward to that ball game, but boy, they go in riding really high. We're talking Spurs basketball, Cowboys football, Texans football, maybe. And when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're riding with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Every business starts with an idea. With smart business buying from Amazon Business, get everything you need to grow in one familiar place. From office supplies to IT essentials and maintenance tools. Ready to bring your visions to life? Learn how at AmazonBusiness.com.
Even if you've given up on your New Year's resolutions, one health habit that's easy to keep is Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver protects your liver so you can enjoy life to the fullest. Online at Amazon, in stores at CVS, Walgreens, and now GNC.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
America, look around. Everywhere you go, prices are still high, rates have been whipsawing markets, and the debt and spending don't exactly scream stability. Experts say diversifying with intention is the #1 secret account that all American smart money uses to hedge against instability. Monetary Gold has been around since 2000, witnessing multiple economic setbacks. If you call now, Monetary Gold will cover up to a lifetime of your IRA fees on qualified accounts. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Texas is leading America again, and John Lujan is a big reason why. Working side by side with Governor Greg Abbott, Representative John Lujan helped bring high-paying jobs home and strengthen Texas's energy dominance. Now, John Lujan is ready to bring the Trump agenda home to Texas. That means fighting for affordability, higher-paying local jobs, and lower federal taxes for working families. It means defending Texas energy, protecting oil and gas jobs from failed liberal policies, and keeping America #1 in energy production. It means securing our border, making President Trump's border policies permanent, crushing the cartels, stopping fentanyl, and ending human trafficking. And it means rebuilding our military. No social experiments, no distractions, just the strongest, toughest fighting force on earth. Conservative John Lujan is the only candidate endorsed by the San Antonio Express-News, Texas Alliance for Life, and Governor Greg Abbott. On March 3rd, vote Republican John Lujan for Congress. Abbott, Trump, Lujan, a tough team for Texas.
Political ad paid for by John Lujan for Congress.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent, though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
DQ presents the Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy, bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ Soft Serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into Soft Serve. Plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
San Antonio Spurs are absolutely red hot. They won their 11th straight last night, knocking off the Nets in Brooklyn 126-110. Spurs return to action on Sunday in New York against the Knicks. Tip-off inside Madison Square Garden set for noon. Spurs big man Mason Plumlee finished his 10-day contract with the Spurs, and obviously they liked what they saw. Spurs have signed him on for the rest of the season.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, happy Friday, everybody. We have made it. The weekend is in sight. Hope you enjoy your Friday afternoon. Thanks for spending a little time with us here on the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. My name is Joe Reinagel. That young man there is Jason Minix, and we're happy to have you along this afternoon.
Yeah, we certainly are. And look, getting ready for a nice weekend. Watching, and I know a lot of us will end up watching the Underwear Olympics.
Yeah?
We will.
Well,
Robert
sure.
Henry run tomorrow, UTSA running back.
Oh, nice. That'll be fun.
Running backs go tomorrow. Wide receivers are running drills right now. It's why. What is it, Pledge?
Today's DBs.
Oh,
Tomorrow's the sexy skill positions. It's
okay, good.
Quarterbacks, receivers, and running backs tomorrow.
Oh, good, because I'm watching a lot of guys drop passes. I'm glad to hear those are DBs.
Well, that's why they're DBs.
Yeah, they're former wide receivers.
Guys that can't catch, play DB. That's for sure.
It is just odd, though, because, Pledge is turning around a lot more than we're seeing a lot more of the back of his head as he's watching the TV, and then he reacts to stuff. It's like, what's he doing over there? All right, something happened. Some guy got a split second faster than Pledge thought he would.
Well, these
Pledge
are DBs.
turns into an imaginary scout this time of year.
Now, there's one guy up here right now, this Colton, I think it's Colton Hood out of Tennessee, in some of the mock drafts, they have that kid going to Dallas. So certainly a possibility, but I think at this point in time, I mean, who knows? Sonny Skiles had a great day yesterday by all accounts. A lot of people were pointing him out. Another guy that has been mentioned as a Dallas Cowboy at number 12, if he lasts that long. So it's a great draft for defensive players, and that's fortunate for the Cowboys, certainly, as we head into the draft.
And for the Cowboys, I mean, I know they have to say certain things because, one, Jerry is Jerry. But if there is a player sitting there that you think could be a Hall of Famer and he's not a defensive player, it's best player available or best player available for need. I get it. CeeDee Lamb, they couldn't pass him up. All right, that makes sense. But they need to focus on defense. And one of the things, and while they do have the 2 picks, I fully expect them to pick at 12. I wouldn't be surprised if they traded out of the 20th spot. I honestly, even though I expect them to pick at 12, if they were able to move back a little bit to pick up a second-round pick because there's somebody available at 12 that somebody else loves, and they went to 15, 16, 18, but also got a second-round pick, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that.
Yeah, I think they need to do something because they don't have a day 2 pick. So I would fully expect them to do something, whether it's trading that 20th pick or moving back or however they're going to do it. I just can't see the Cowboys not participating in the draft in day 2, second and third rounds. But we'll see what they do. Cowboys have so much work to do. I mean, they really do. And, again, restructuring the contracts of Dak and CD and Tyler Smith certainly going to play a part in what they're going to be able to do. And we'll see. GHeorge Pickens, the franchise tag today, they got that done. They've taken care of Javonte Williams. Brandon Aubrey is still roaming around out there, and no tender, no contract, no nothing at this point in time. That's got to be done here fairly soon. So still a lot of work to do for the Dallas Cowboys.
You know, I saw one, I think it was Nick Harris with the Fort Worth Star-Telegram tweet. Saw Stephen Jones in the hallway and asked him if he wanted to clarify or clear up anything when it comes to Brandon Aubrey. And you got the whole, we want him, he wants to be here answer. All right, cool. Because there is a lot, and again, we're talking about a damn kicker. And I love Brandon Aubrey, but, Calvin Watkins, who first reported 7.5, made a nice little video saying, you know what? Got that one wrong, which his sources were wrong. Whatever his sources told him were wrong. But there's still been no real dispute on the $10 million ask for Brandon Aubrey. How much was the Cowboys' offer? That is in dispute. But what isn't in dispute is the offer was to make Brandon Aubrey the highest paid kicker. By how much? A couple bucks. Between, I don't know, that and $1 million. But apparently it wasn't $1 million. So it will be ultimately interesting to see where they come in at when it comes to Brandon Aubrey. Now, we do know his agent was by the bus the other day, made a nice little cute video, put it out. Did they have that meeting on the bus? I mean, nothing's been announced since then.
Nothing has, Jason. And what Brandon Aubrey's got to think about, if the Cowboys slap the tender on him, he's only going to be making about $5.5 million this year.
Only.
Well, I'm just saying.
Dude made $1 million last year.
I get that. So it's a big raise for him, and I'm happy for him, but it certainly is not the reported $7 million the Cowboys have offered, and a far cry from the $10 million that he wants. So they've got to decide, is that $7 million, if the Cowboys indeed offered, and I think Calvin Watkins in his video said right at $7 million, maybe a little bit below that. He's still the highest paid kicker in the National Football League, and he would have guaranteed money. He's going to have to decide, because the Cowboys have that weapon at their disposal to slap the tender on him. And I saw a report the other day, again, about $5.5 million. So I don't know. I mean, if I'm Brandon Aubrey and that's where we're at, I think I might be inclined to sign the deal the Cowboys offered in the first place.
You know, there's so much that goes into everything. And again, the combine, the questions that get asked, and I'm just seeing this on Twitter. Fernando Mendoza said that a team asked him if he would get arrested so he would slide in the draft a little bit.
What? So they want him to get arrested. This team does, and so he'll slide.
I would hope that's a joke, but it's the NFL. I don't know that it is.
Well, who knows? He can get in trouble in Indianapolis. And he was there, had a press conference and was talking about how he can't wait to be under Tom Brady's influence.
Mm-hmm.
So he must be being told that the Raiders are indeed going to take him.
But he also did say, you know, things can change. It's the draft, and I'm unemployed. My LinkedIn is up to date.
Somebody will take that young man. If the Raiders pass him by, the Jets will probably snag him, which will be unfortunate for him because that's where quarterbacks go to die. They're in Cleveland. I fully expect the Raiders to take Mendoza. It makes perfect sense for them to snag that guy. So I can't wait for the draft. Draft is one of my favorite things. It really is. It's absolutely one of my favorite things. So looking forward to the draft. Looking forward to, I guess, free agent tampering period gets underway here shortly. And then free agent signing period underway before that or after that. So a lot happening in the NFL. I love it.
Always.
It is fantastic. A lot happening in the NBA, and the good news there is the fact that we get to participate this year. And I say we, as in San Antonio Spurs fans. Typically, at least recent history, we've kind of be making summer plans about now that don't involve playoffs for the San Antonio Spurs. But this year we get to do that because the Spurs will make the playoffs. And the way they're playing right now, they may be a force when they do get into that playoff tournament. Let's talk about it. Spurs basketball. We're going to do that next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, though, let me tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. Love talking about Stevens Roofing. Great family. They really are a great family. Locally owned company. And it's a company that's been in business in these parts since 1983. Think about that for a minute. 1983. That should tell you everything you need to know about the reputation and the quality of work that Stevens Roofing does. And now they have added solar to what they do. If you've been thinking about solar panels, and I know a lot of you have, Stevens Roofing and Solar is the company you need to remember. The number you need to remember is 210-785-0994. Let them know what you want to do, what you're thinking, and they'll put your heads together with them and come up with the perfect plan for whatever it is you want to do when it comes to solar panels. If you think there's a problem with your roof or just hasn't been checked in a while, Stevens Roofing and Solar is the company to remember. They'll send a crew out to your house. They'll inspect your roof for free, and they'll let you know if there's any issues up there. And if there are, they can take care of them right there, and you know it's going to be done absolutely right. Stevens Roofing and Solar, the absolute best in the business, 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net. San Antonio's newest sports headquarters, Novo Brewery. Craft beers, full bar, hard kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, and massive LED screens. Attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Visit novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
Hey, it's time to shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups. It's easy to do when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Picks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play for your first 5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, every board that much more exciting. So don't miss the chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. Prize Picks. It's always so good to be right. I've played Prize Picks for years now. You know why? Because I can play my players the more or less, and I can combine my favorite sports, football, basketball, hockey. No matter what they can play, I can pick the more or less and get it down. And with a new feature alert, Prize Picks has early payouts. That's right. If your player gets off to a hot start, you know you have the option to cash out early. Get those winnings before the game even finishes. Find your community on Prize Picks. It's easy to find the social feeds. You can listen to those you trust or be the trusted. That's right. Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks today right now and use the code Alamo and get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Remember the code Alamo and get $50 in lineups every time you play for the first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's so good to be right.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Get in gear at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville, your 5-time dealer of the year. $13,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Silverado 1500s. 5.9% financing on new heavy duties for 84 months. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the 2026 Tahoe Premier. Ready to go electric? Get the 2026 Equinox EV with $13,000 off MSRP. Together, let's drive. North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes by Loop 410 in Castroville. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a Monday fun day on the Morning Huddle. The Spurs took on the Knicks on Sunday.
College basketball is rounding into tournament form. How's your top 10 look? It's time to start looking at brackets. And oh yeah, the Cowboys go ahead and franchise Pickens? And who are they chasing next? We'll talk about it all. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe.
That sounds like that song from Flashdance.
You're a dumb butt.
A lot of stealing going on, it appears.
Flashdance?
Flashdance.
Flashdance. It did. At first, the way it first sounded, yeah, I was like, what's that?
The last thing I thought was Flashdance.
Well, that's good, Pledge. Open your horizons, buddy.
Never thought of this
I remember the movie.
I never thought of this as a stripper song.
This is a stripper song?
Well, I mean, Flashdance.
She wasn't a stripper.
Well, was she?
A dancer.
All right. What are strippers?
Without a pole.
She had a chair.
She did have a chair.
And a bucket of water.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the actress. It was a body double who was rare. What was that movie? Back in the 80s, 90s? That was a long time ago.
Sometimes.
No, I'm just saying. I had to grind on that ugly ass dude. Oh my gosh. Oh, sometimes the regret.
You're thinking one thing and then a curveball like that.
Exactly.
Woo.
Exactly right. I was like, oh boy, that's the end of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather see Don Harris shirtless. Speaking of woo, I'll take my chances with a dude.
You got a lot of them, Joe.
Oh my gosh, I do. Holy cow. How about those Spurs?
What?
Yeah. As predicted last night, they had no trouble with the Brooklyn Nets, who are tanking in the tank, have given up. If they could wave the white flag on the season, they do it. And you could see that in the way they played last night. Awful.
Yet it was closer than it should have been.
Oh, my gosh. Really? Closer than it should have been.
I mean, the Spurs' biggest lead was 26. The Nets' biggest lead, 0. Wire-to-wire win for the San Antonio Spurs, yet the Nets did outscore the Spurs in the fourth quarter.
Oh, well, that's when
the second quarter was competitive.
That's when all the bench players were playing.
Yeah, but I mean, big lead early, and then the Nets had a good second quarter. They tried for a half.
Dude, they got beat by 16, and it wasn't even that close.
No.
Look, the Nets are gone, and again, that's the part we've talked about tanking in the NBA, and that's what the Nets are doing right now. They've got to rebuild, and that's what they're trying to get done. So the Spurs, on the other hand, are playing so well that, and I'm glad that they took care of business against a team that they clearly just are so much better than.
Serious question, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776, if you'd like to chime in or comment on the YouTube page. Any concern about Wemby and his offensive game since the All-Star break? Because last night, it's not like Brooklyn's defense was Detroit's defense or Toronto's defense, yet Vic still struggled on the offensive end. Just 3 of 9 shooting, finished with 12 points. Only had 8 rebounds in the game. His defense is still solid, though. I mean, it's Vic. But are you a little concerned? Now, granted, he's talked about being tired. They don't play again until Sunday. They didn't have a long travel night last night. So we should get a couple of good nights of rest. And I'm not worried about Vic going crazy because he's in New York City. Some players you might worry about. Vic isn't one that you're worried about. So maybe the couple of days where he could get some rest and some real sleep, maybe that's all he needs. Or are you concerned that this physical play has taken a toll on him as we head into this stretch run?
It's a legit concern, I think, and it's something he's going to have to deal with. He'll have to deal with that Sunday against the Knicks. They're going to, I guarantee you, try to be physical with him, as well as is every team that can and that's not tanking like the Brooklyn Nets. And it's got to wear him out a little bit. He is tired. They do have a couple of days off before that game. But it's going to be strange, and I think for both teams, you're talking about a noon, I guess 1 o'clock tip-off New York time, noon here in San Antonio, and that's early. And these guys aren't used to playing games that early, so that'll be interesting to see how the Spurs handle that tip-off time, and go from there. And look, the Knicks are a team that it's a pretty good squad. One of the best in the Eastern Conference, and I say that lightly because the Eastern Conference sucks, but they are one of the better teams in the East.
Well, and they are, and again, with Vic, you can't call it a rookie wall, but he only played, 46 games last year. Spurs, he's at 45 right now in games played, and he can't miss many more games if he's going to be eligible for postseason awards, but dude's in shape, but with all this physical play, is he in that kind of shape? And I guess that's where am I concerned? Or if he has another game like that against New York, maybe you go, all right, well, because I think the Spurs were very fortunate in Detroit and in Toronto that other guys stepped up and had incredible offensive games. Because the reality is, while they are a deep team, they don't have that old reliable guy except Vic. And when Vic is off, who's going to step up? Well, Vassell, had another. He was 4 of 7 from 3-point range. Champagny was 6 of 9. But then you look at Steph Castle shooting the ball last night. He was just 4 of 12. And all 4 were 3-pointers. He was 0 for 4 from 3-point range.
I think all of these guys, look, they've been on a rodeo road trip. And I know they had the All-Star break inside, but a lot of travel, a lot of places to go. And so I think they're all a little bit tired. The fact that they're still got an 11-game win streak is quite frankly amazing. I mean, it really, truly is. So will that continue? Again, a tough game against the New York Knicks on Sunday. But again, let me ask you this, and I mean this in all sincerity, and this is not a knock at Wemby or the Spurs or anybody else. As important as those postseason awards are, would you rather have a fresh Wemby for the playoffs and maybe rest the guy a time or two, even if it costs him the games to get those postseason awards?
My answer might be different than Vic's. I would like to think the team award, a championship, is more important to Vic than any individual award. Although he has talked about the importance of the individual awards, but always says it in a eloquent French accented way of saying, if I'm getting those, that means the team is successful. And that's true. MVPs don't go to teams that suck. But we know they're seemingly important to him. But I think the Spurs way, and there's still a lot of things that you could say is the Pop way or the Spurs way under Mitch Johnson, is what's best for the team. But I think we're too far away to have him rest a couple of games, because last night would have been the perfect night for him.
It would have
to get some rest, even though it's on the road and that's frowned upon when you get a DNP rest type of game. But like LeBron doesn't play back-to-backs, and everybody knows that. It doesn't matter if it's home or road. Vic needs some time off, and maybe he played last night. Maybe he convinced Mitch to play him last night because, one, he loves the game. Yes, that's on the mind about postseason awards, but also knowing that he's got today and Saturday off in New York and an early game Sunday, so seemingly an easier travel day. When they fly out, they're not going to be landing at 3 o'clock in the morning unless they have some big dinner planned at 7 o'clock at some fancy New York restaurant. But they've got time to do that. So maybe he played last night knowing they've got some built-in rest because, let's face it, Brooklyn is the rest game right now.
Oh, there's no question about it. And again, 2 days off is nice, but they're getting that because they just finished a back-to-back. I don't know if it was up to me. And look, I know these awards are important to Wemby. There's no doubt, and I know he wants to get them. But I think Pledge sent a deal, and I can't find it. Pledge is why I can't. I think Wemby's only got 4 games that he can miss.
3
games that he can miss to still be eligible for those awards. But if it's me and Mitch Johnson looks at Wemby and he's just gassed, and he's not getting it done, and his offense is struggling, obviously, the way that it has been over the last 3 games, I'm inclined to say, hey, this dude's got a hangnail or a something, and give him some rest, especially when they get back home. Now, they got Detroit coming up as soon as they get back home. You don't want to rest him for that game, but still, I would rather have a rested Wemby, a fresher Wemby, than for him to win every award there is out there in the postseason.
I agree, but if I'm looking at that rest, I'm looking at how is he playing and looking in early April versus late February, especially looking at the upcoming schedule. There are some built-in opportunities for him to get that rest, and this weekend is one of them. If he plays against the Knicks like he played against Brooklyn, then I think we have to have some serious conversations about his postseason readiness and question if there could be something else going on because his defense is fine. It's the offense, but you can just tell when guys are tired, have tired legs, tired arms, their shots are short. And, obviously when he's anywhere near the rim, that's a dunk, but it's all the other. But eye test, he looks tired.
He does look tired. He does, and again, that's a problem. But this is a long road trip, and I don't care. I know these guys.
It's a long road trip, and he had Los Angeles.
And he had the All-Star game.
It's not like he had that time off.
Very true. So the guy needs some rest. Will these 2 days get that done? Is that all he needs, or is it going to be, is he still going to look the same way?
He's a kid, yeah.
Well,
Just give him a nap.
He's a kid, yeah. He's
Give him
a kid.
a nap.
Look, again, the Knicks are they're gonna bang with this guy. They're going to. Then they go to Philadelphia after that. You got Joel Embiid who's going to bang with him, and everybody that they play from here on out is going to do that. And I think it's getting to him a little bit in just a physical sense where, yeah, he is a little bit worn out. Think about that. When you've got some of the biggest guys in the NBA banging on you for 30 minutes every game, I don't care who you are, what good a shape you're in, you're going to get worn out.
He's got to learn that, and he's getting playoff physical type basketball in February, and that's going to continue in March and April. The encouraging thing for the San Antonio Spurs is they're still winning games. Other guys are stepping up. The question, can you rely on those role players? And again, role players are what they are. But this team is deep. I don't know that none of us thought this could be a championship caliber team at the start of the year. Maybe they can. And the NBA world has certainly taken notice. Whether you're hearing Windhorst talking about booking rooms, which he's got rooms in a lot of cities. Kendrick Perkins said today this team can go win the NBA championship. The Athletic put out an article with their postseason awards. The Spurs are going to win 3, at least with what the Athletic is predicting today. Again, late February. Wemby is Defensive Player of the Year, 3rd in the MVP voting. Keldon Johnson, 6th Man of the Year. And Mitch Johnson, Coach of the Year.
That's a no-brainer. The others, maybe you could debate and argue, although I think Keldon Johnson has done a hell of a job with coming off the bench and accepting that role. So, 6th Man of the Year award, I think, would be a great award for him.
Yep.
Defensive Player of the Year, look, Wemby. Wemby's going to win about 1 million of those if he stays healthy and plays the required amount of games. And he'll win a lot of MVP awards, too. My problem with the MVP this year is that Joker's missed a lot of games, SGA's missed a lot of games, and if those guys continue to miss those games and are not included, then it's just kind of like, well, I won by default.
You know, it would be interesting to see, and of course, Wemby would have to stay eligible. Would you feel as good as a Spur fan if Wemby were to win MVP because Joker and SGA weren't eligible to win because they missed too many games? I don't know. I mean, it would be weird. And you know, Oklahoma City fan or Denver fan would certainly want an asterisk next to it. Wemby, the last time the Athletic did a deal like this, was 5th in MVP voting. He's moved up to 3rd. If the Spurs continue on the trek that they're on, he might jump up and win this thing regardless. And so I do think even if SGA or the Joker got eliminated from contention because they missed too many games, if Wemby is playing at an MVP level, maybe not. You know what I mean? It's like, man, dude, you only win this award if Jalen Brunson ends up winning it. I think we would all look at it and go, yeah, right. Because I think Jaylen Brown is 5th in this list. He could be higher.
Well, and then where's Cade Cunningham?
He's 4th on this list.
He's got to be right there too, and it's a discussion for him as well. If the all three of those guys, Wemby misses a couple of games or 4 more games this year, and then it's Cade Cunningham's award by default. There's got to be a way to fix that, man. I don't like the way that is, and I wish there was something different.
I wonder now though, because we're 2 years into this minimum games played to win awards, because Wemby would have won Defensive Player of the Year last year.
That's true.
And none of us talk about it. And who won last year? Right? I mean, there are certain things that you look at and you wonder, does it matter to anybody really outside of the market that they play in?
I don't think that it does. And you just asked me that question. I don't know. Who did? It wasn't Gobert, was it again? I don't know. And that's a great point. I know what SGA won the MVP award.
Yep.
I know that. But Oklahoma City won the championship.
Who was Coach of the Year last year?
Evan Mobley was the defensive player of the year.
Evan, see,
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
Coach of the year, was it the Oklahoma City coach that won that thing?
maybe.
I have no idea.
Maybe. I mean, that's the thing
But
with
that's the
postseason
point.
awards.
Yeah.
I mean, we love talking about them in the season, especially
Yeah.
when one of your guys are involved. But
Yeah.
I don't remember. I mean, who was the NFL MVP 3 years ago?
Was probably
Lamar.
Lamar Jackson.
Probably.
Yeah.
Could have been. And who was the offensive player of the year? Who was the AL MVP last year?
Don't know.
All right.
Have no
That's
clue.
what I'm saying. I mean, we spend a lot of time discussing these, but unless your guy wins it, it doesn't matter.
But you can go back and name every champion, pretty much championship team of just about any sport. So, good point there, Minix. Good point. We'll talk more Spurs basketball as we go in, and we certainly invite you to talk with us about that said subject. But Dallas Cowboys made some news today with franchise tagging GHeorge Pickens, but one guy you haven't heard about for the last couple of days that's a little concerning to me. We'll talk about that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Really good NBA games tonight, and obviously through the weekend with the Spurs and Knicks playing on Sunday. You want to get in on all the action, make picks, win money? You can do that with Underdog, the best place to do that right now in Texas. It's fun and it's easy. You pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals. Now, I've lost the last couple of nights on my pick-em entries, to be honest, because I've had Wemby and higher on points, and obviously he's been struggling. Thought he'd break out of that slump last night against the Nets. He did not. I'll keep playing. In fact, they just sent a nice little bonus entry opportunity, and they do that a lot. So many different promos on the Underdog app. Get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the Underdog app today. Use my promo code STAR, and you'll score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit ncpgambling.org.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi, everyone. Super Bowl champ Vernon Davis here from Legal Help Center. If you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, listen up, because we have legal professionals standing by right now to answer your questions for free. You can find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, Vernon. You heard it, folks. If you've been injured, call and find out how much you qualify for. Call 800-931-3030.
Advertisement sponsored by a Legal Help Center may not be available in all states. Not available in California.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-823-5544. That's 800-823-5544. 800-823-5544.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting fitting animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, PPL Motorhomes, and Ancira Auto Group. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Got to be a crescendo there somewhere, right? Or an ending to that thing.
Just you guys just don't get the treat of watching James Pledger's theatrics.
This is true.
With the music.
Yeah, this is
Called Waiting for the Drop, Joe.
Is that what it's called? Okay, well, thanks. I appreciate that.
You really missed his calling.
Uh-huh.
He should be a backup dancer with the Backstreet Boys.
Or a street club DJ. Strip club DJ.
Street club. No.
Strip club DJ.
No.
Now, I wonder if the wife's bringing the strippers. Are they like the low-life strippers? Or are they the actual high-quality strippers? It's a good question. It's a damn good question. You know, you're going to spend the money or you're not?
It's damn low-lives.
No low-life strippers.
If you're bringing a stripper to the house, you want the high quality, right?
Well, of course you do. Who was that?
Rajon Rondo's wife.
Yeah. And they can afford high-quality
By the way,
strippers.
#1 ranked flag football quarterback in the country.
Rajon Rondo?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great.
Might be leading our Olympic team in 28.
All right.
Things you didn't know you needed to not know.
I didn't know that. I'll probably forget it 5 minutes from now, but thanks, Pledge.
Unplug it, baby.
that I'll never forget.
That's what she said.
Exactly. Wow. Unplug it, baby. Dude, lots happening
it's hard. It's definitely hard.
At the Underwear Olympics. And they are going, I guess it is defensive backs now, going today. Yesterday with linebackers and I think defensive line went at each other or put their skills on the line. Today is defensive backs. Tomorrow, I guess, the exciting day where you got all the talent.
The talent?
The talent.
So you're saying that defensive backs aren't talented?
Well, it depends on who you're talking about.
Not in Dallas.
Wow.
Pledge, he's a little feisty today, isn't he?
Dude, it's Friday.
Yeah, it is.
You could tell it's Friday. James Pledger's ready for the weekend.
I think we all are, aren't we?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm ready for the weekend.
Absolutely.
We've been working for it.
All right. Here we go. You're going to start singing some Loverboy now?
I'm not singing anything. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, you start singing that song, man, you got to find your red leather pants and be ready to go.
Red leather pants.
Oh, Mike Reno.
Uh-huh.
No longer can fit in red leather pants.
Is he a big boy now?
He's not. He's just not in the red leather pants kind of deal. My cousin actually works, and he owns a record label. He does a lot of stuff, or did, with Mike Reno, and lives not far from him in Vancouver. We've met him a couple times. My wife one time. He was playing Oyster Bake years ago, and our lover boy was.
Yeah.
And we were going to go to dinner. So we go to the hotel, and this is under the category of you really don't want to meet your the stars, right?
Right, right.
Because my wife loved Loverboy growing up, like most.
Sure.
Right?
Right.
So we're supposed to take him to dinner and then go to Oyster Bake. And we get to the hotel and text him, hey, man, we're here. And he was like, hey, I'm not ready. Just come up to the room. And so we get up, and it's a beautiful hotel suite and all that kind of stuff. Dude was waiting for his hair dye to dry. He wasn't ready to go. And my wife was so disappointed.
Yeah, I'm sure. His
so
hair dyed.
Disappointed.
So what was he done? Was he gray?
Well, yeah, he was trying not to be gray.
Nah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But nothing like, hanging out in, a fancy-ass hotel suite with lead singer from Loverboy who's sitting on the couch with a towel on his head. The rock star life.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, you got to look the part, right? You
Sure.
don't want to get old.
Well, if
Just
I showed
saying.
you, yeah.
Better than going to his hotel room waiting for having that towel draped over a different part of his body.
Wow, that's out of left field. I suppose you're right.
Well, your wife might not have been as disappointed then.
Maybe.
I mean, she might have been very excited.
Yeah.
Never seen anything that big.
Yeah. It's a possibility. I don't know. Good Lord. Where were we at?
I don't know.
Are you singing?
No, I'm
I
not
don't know.
singing.
Wayne wants to talk about Wemby. Hey, Wayne, you're on the Blitz. You've been holding a while. What's up, man?
Hey guys, so here's the question for Wemby and the play or not to play. After the season, the Spurs management, the head coach, and Pop need to sit him down and ask him one question: you want to win championships, or are you want to win individual awards? That's the question, because he's not built to play the whole season. The guy's like one ply toilet paper. There's always going to be something wrong with him because he's just too damn big. And he don't have enough bulk to take a pounding every day. So if I was the Spurs management, I'd say, look, dude, we want to win championships. Who cares if you're Defensive Player of the Year or this or that or whatever? It's about winning championships. It's a team game. Screw those individuals. What do you think?
Wayne, I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't know what Wemby has in his contract, because a lot of guys have incentives. If you win a postseason award, you get extra bucks, and I'm not sure if Wemby has that in his contract. Look, Wemby's about to be a very wealthy man. I mean, he already is, but he's about to be extremely wealthy. That will happen very soon for him. So maybe at that point in time, it won't matter. I don't know the answer to that, and I would if push came to shove, if you set Wemby down and said, dude, what would you rather have, Defensive Player of the Year or a championship? He wouldn't even hesitate, I don't believe. And he would say championship.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Wayne. Wemby has talked about the importance of winning postseason awards. I don't think that's more important to him than winning an NBA championship. But it is important. And when he was missing games even earlier this year, those talks were happening. But the financial implications, I mean, $252 million or $303. That's the difference that he could be looking at in his next contract, because the escalators you get if you have those postseason awards on your resume.
I look at those numbers, though, and I'm like, okay. I just couldn't get by on $252 million. I just couldn't quite do it. But $303, now I could do that.
Well, I mean, but think about it. where we're at now in player salary alone, with those kind of escalators, you're looking at Wemby. Could he be the first billion-dollar player in salary? I mean, when you start looking at third and fourth contracts, because he came out so young, and the way these contracts are just escalating, if he can stay healthy and play that long. Because I know Cooper Flagg, when that was one of the talk last year when he was here during Final Four, he could be the first billion-dollar player. Wemby might actually be the first billion-dollar player.
Yeah, it's very possible. And look, Wemby's going to make a ton of money.
He already does. I mean, think about what Louis must pay him.
Well, and that, and look, if you win championships, you're going to be more in demand. You're going to be more sought after to do stuff and off the court. And so, again, I know it's $50 million, and $50 million, $50 million. I get that, but championships. That's what it needs to be about. And again, I don't begrudge anybody winning a postseason award, but to me, it's all about the banners that are hanging inside the arena.
And again, I mean, $50 million difference. Whew. Easy for all of us to say, what's $50 million?
What Josh Allen says.
Well, Josh Allen said that about 5.
Oh, okay.
Same conversation can be had right now with GHeorge Pickens. Hey, dude, you love being in Dallas. You just don't be selfish. Take wide receiver 2 money. Take $30 million instead of $40. It's only $10 million. Only 10. But really, it could be $40 million if you're talking about $10 million a year on a 4-year contract. That's what he could be essentially leaving on the table if he takes wide receiver 2 money as opposed to trying to go get wide receiver 1 money. It's not just the $10 million per year, but over the course of that contract, that's $40 million thereabouts. I mean, obviously, we don't know exact numbers, but if he's leaving $10 million on the table for 1 year and it's a 4-year deal, $40 million, that's a lot of money.
Well, it is. He's got to get offered that first.
Sure.
And that's the thing. And the Cowboys aren't going to pay him wide receiver 1 money. I don't think they will. Just my gut tells me that they won't. And so will somebody else. And now the Cowboys have set themselves up perfectly. And again, you got to give Jerry and Steven and whomever else a lot of credit for the way they're doing this. Because if you want GHeorge Pickens, he's available. You can negotiate with him. But not only do you have to pay him, you got to give us 2 first-round draft picks.
Yep.
And so I think they have set themselves up perfectly to, number one, I don't think anybody's going to give any 2 first-round draft picks for GHeorge Pickens. I just don't see that happening. I can't even think of a team that might be desperate enough to do that, that needs a wide receiver 1. That's the first thing. And secondly, look, if the Cowboys come to GHeorge Pickens and say, you're making $28 million this year, we want to sign you to a long-term deal, $30 million a year, X guaranteed. I think GHeorge Pickens ought to jump on it because he might not get that. He may have to play under the tag again, and then you're 26, 27 years old, and then what happens?
Well, it will be interesting to see how David Mulligetta steers his client because Jerry Jones, according to Steven, met with GHeorge Pickens yesterday in Dallas before Jerry jumped on his private plane and went to Indianapolis. And Jerry wanted to meet him in person to tell him face-to-face, we love you, we want you, and we're going to tag you. And according to Steven, GHeorge Pickens is over the moon excited.
Absolutely. I mean, we're not putting any time frame on this. I mean, the most important thing is live in the present. We just love that GHeorge is going to be back. Jerry had a great visit with him yesterday. He was fired up that he wasn't going to be going anywhere. And we all understand, too, economically, guys, probably would prefer a long-term deal, but the franchise tag, economically is not bad either. But he was very fired up about his future with us. We felt like he wanted to be in Dallas. He certainly said that to Jerry yesterday. Jerry was just said he was on cloud nine that he was going to be a Cowboy again.
It was on cloud nine.
Who was on cloud nine, Jerry or George?
Jerry's definition of cloud nine and George Pickens' definition of cloud nine may be completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Could very well be.
Well, Stephen, he didn't tell me to F off, so he must be happy.
He must be on cloud nine.
He's still getting $28 million.
I get that, but again, it's not $100 million.
Yeah.
It's not a long-term security either. And so, and I know that's what he wants. That's what David Mulligetta wants for him. So the ball now is in Mulligetta's court. What's going to happen, and how is that going to happen? Look, if you're Mulligetta, you got to start calling teams, right, or accepting calls from teams if you get any at this point in time to say, we need a number one wide receiver, and we're willing, but. Again, those 2 first-round draft picks kind of put a huge roadblock in front of anybody snagging George Pickens away this year.
Which is why I think it was brilliant of the Cowboys to do it that way. All right, if somebody's willing to pay you, we still win.
Yeah.
We love you. And also, they're letting other teams set the market for George Pickens, not David Mulligetta.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bottom line, is the Cowboys aren't going to overpay negotiating against themselves in a George Pickens situation. The market will determine what George Pickens is worth, not Jerry Jones.
Well, and the beauty, though, of that is the fact that he's got to play under the tag unless they come to an agreement.
Mm-hmm.
But even if somebody said, hey, we'll offer you $40 million, but we can't do the 2 first-round draft picks, Jerry's not going to say that's the market for George Pickens because he's not going to pay him that. And again, you offer him what you think he's worth, and you go from there because Cowboys hold every card there is when it comes to the Pickens negotiation right now and what's going to happen in George Pickens' life.
Nobody's going to negotiate with George that isn't willing to give up the draft compensation.
Exactly.
Nobody's going to sign him hoping it forces Jerry's hand into having to match that offer sheet because in the game of chicken, you can't throw that out there and not be willing to give up that draft compensation. Again, Jerry is letting the league determine George Pickens' value.
Absolutely, and we'll see what happens. See if anybody makes an offer. But again, there's no way I'm giving 2 first-round draft picks. Yeah, I got the $40 million, George. I got it here, and I was going to give it to you. But those 2 first-round picks, go jump in a lake, buddy. You're a Dallas Cowboy. You're on cloud 9.
Mm-hmm.
Go play.
Go sign for 30. We'll keep our picks.
We got a lot to talk about. I just want to say something real quick, and we haven't mentioned it. I'm really excited about this.
What's up?
San Antonio Sports Stars teamed up with the Ancira Auto Group. We're going to launch a Bracket for a Cause charity challenge. I think this is fantastic. Ancira Auto Group has teamed up with us to launch the Bracket for a Cause challenge. They're putting up $60,000 for nonprofit organizations across San Antonio, Bernie, and Floresville. Not your typical bracket pool. There is no entry fee, no fundraising requirement, no competitive voting. 64 eligible nonprofits will be randomly selected and then randomly assigned a team in the 2026 NCAA Men's Division I basketball tournament. And then it's all about how your team performs. Grand prize is $50,000. The charity that suffers the biggest loss is going to get $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. Now, eligible 501c3 nonprofits, you can enter. Just go to sasportstar.com. All the information you need is there. If you've got a nonprofit and you want to get involved, sasportstar.com. That's got all the info you need right there. We'll be back here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're locked on The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Did you know GoodRx can help you save on medication, manage prescriptions, and get trusted health information? If you're one of the millions living with a heart condition, check GoodRx for an easier, more affordable way to manage your health. GoodRx offers common heart medications for under $30. Just search for your prescription, find the best price, then show your pharmacist the GoodRx coupon. And it works whether you have insurance or not. To start saving and better manage your heart health, download the free app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from,
we can be twinsies,
to,
how was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom.
Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Get in gear at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville, your 5-time dealer of the year. $13,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Silverado 1500s. 5.9% financing on new heavy duties for 84 months. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the 2026 Tahoe Premier. Ready to go electric? Get the 2026 Equinox EV with $13,000 off MSRP. Together, let's drive. North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes by Loop 410 in Castroville.
Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
The Gomez Law Firm has been helping injured victims in car and trucking accidents for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here. Jose, if someone finds themselves faced with the stress of an accident, what next?
Well, the first thing they should do is pick up the phone, call the Gomez Law Firm, or Google joegomezlaw.com.
The Gomez Law Firm is the leader in personal injury law. If you have been in an accident, you need a firm that will fight for you and your family's rights.
We do ride-sharing cases. We do 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years.
The Gomez Law Firm fights for you against the big insurance companies and wins. Tell us about some other cases you represent.
Really, anything that involves a personal injury and a third party that is responsible for causing that injury, we will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have found yourself faced with a personal injury matter, if you've been in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then it's important to call the Gomez Law Firm today. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free. Really?
Really? Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah. How much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free. Really?
Really. Free. It's part of A to Z Savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ends March 9th. Restrictions apply.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Ian Rappaport reporting Houston is prioritizing signing defensive end Will Anderson Jr. to a long-term extension, and that could come sooner rather than later. Washington Commanders are releasing starting center Tyler Biadasz. The 28-year-old was drafted, has been his first 4 seasons in Dallas before signing with the Commanders 2 seasons ago. And Texas Longhorns quarterback Arch Manning out of a walking boot.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're having a great Friday. I know you are if you're just getting off work at 5 o'clock because you're done. The weekend is here. And we're happy that you stopped by and spent a little time with us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. And Archman, he got out of that walking boot. He had a procedure, but it looks like he's okay. And Sark says he's going to be ready to go.
All right, good deal.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Blitz says I kept him on the he didn't know what was going on.
Kept me on the hook.
Did you know Arch Manning was in a walking boot?
He does now.
Oh, but now he's not.
That's what I'm here for, Jason.
To give some information,
Give-
just not
give
all?
Well, you know, it's a damn shame that is so quick.
That's what she said.
I'm telling you, she sure did. But I mean that Sports Center is like, boom,
Mm-hmm.
out. You're in, you're out. So you just got to do what you got to do.
Again.
It's the way that it goes.
Always leave them wanting more.
Always do that. And Pledge was he said, thanks for letting me, keeping me on the hook.
Mm-hmm.
Cliffhanger, I think is the word he used.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I always want to make sure we're accurate. We've been talking about Jerry meeting with George Pickens.
Yeah.
Calvin Watkins is saying that Jerry called George on the phone.
All right.
So apparently it wasn't face-to-face.
Well, it might have been a Zoom call.
Call? I don't.
It could have been.
I'm just saying. He talked to him on the phone.
And now, was that considered face-to-face?
I don't know. We talked to him.
If you're on a Zoom call?
I mean.
No, I'm asking.
They didn't sit down and have a meeting in the office. Apparently it was a phone call. They met.
Via phone.
Met kind of sounds like, I don't know, in person. Called is another thing.
Uh-huh.
But,
Well, I don't think it matters. So maybe that's why Jerry thought he was on cloud 9 and he actually wasn't.
I mean, if it wasn't a Zoom call, you couldn't read his facial expressions, right?
Well, unless George said that, but I can't imagine a 24-year-old saying, Jerry, I'm on cloud 9.
It's the off season. He may have been on cloud 9.
Well, he may have been.
Jesus.
He might have been. And who would blame him? I certainly would not.
Well, if you're in that state, sign here. Got some Thin Mints, too.
Cloud 9.
Isn't there some pot in California called Cloud 9?
Maybe.
Maybe that's what he meant.
I don't know. But again,
we'd have to go to Kushology or whatever 101 and figure that out.
I'm sure Pickens said all the right things. Mulligetta probably told him to. Don't argue with him. He's going to say this, and just go the flow, and we'll work it out later. I mean, if I'm Mulligetta or an agent for any player for that matter, I don't want him saying a word to the owner to piss him off or cause any issues. So just act like you're happy about it, and we'll address it later.
It's so odd what people hear. I just got a text. You can get a Thin Mint Girl Scout cookie Frosty from Wendy's. Huh? Who knows? It's in Thin Mints, and all of a sudden you're getting Frosties.
Wow.
And if you're on Cloud 9, the other kind, maybe you want said Frosty.
Yeah, well, you maybe. I'm not a big Thin Mint guy.
I know you aren't, but I
probably won't be ordering that from Wendy's.
Well, I'm curious, would that be any different than that? The Frosty like they have over at like Burger Boy, because they've got one that's already tastes that way.
Never had a Frosty from Burger Boy.
Really?
No.
You just get the orange drink?
No, I just usually get a drink.
You don't ever get that orange freeze they have over there?
No.
You're missing out.
Dude, I've been to Burger Boy maybe twice.
Well, again, you're missing out.
Yeah. Went with you one time, and I didn't get a suggestion to get an orange drink.
Probably did, and you were like, no, I want that.
Get off my lawn.
Burger Boy's fine.
Yeah.
It's a fine place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Orange drink. What Pledge, what were the cookies that you brought in here the other day? What were they called?
Adventurefuls.
Now, those were damn good. Now, I'd drink a Frosty from Adventurefuls. If they were made with those. Not Thin Mints, though. Just saying.
See, Thin Mints are good. There's tag-alongs. The Adventurefuls, it's weird, and I haven't seen any Girl Scouts this year.
Do you normally see Girl Scouts?
All right, that sounded creepy. I honestly, I haven't seen them out selling their cookies.
Saw them this past weekend at Sam's when I went there.
Well, I haven't been personally to H-E-B or Costco or Sam's or anywhere. So
I went to H-E-B last weekend and
didn't see them.
Didn't see any.
Huh?
Actually, I take that back. It was Monday, so maybe they don't work on during the week.
Probably just the weekends. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in school. They're good girls. Come on.
They got a badge for that? Patch?
They might. Perfect attendance?
Nobody gets that patch.
Could very well be.
No.
Uh-huh. They're asking what that sound was.
What sound?
Play it again, Pledge. So Renee says, was that a bong? No. And he said, then Sam comes back and says, no, it was Livy Dunn drinking something. Actually, it was Livy Dunn sucking a crawfish.
Careful.
Right?
It was.
Yes.
The pause on sucking and trying to find what came next.
A crawfish.
That's not how it sounds with a crawfish.
That's what it is. She's sucking the crawfish out of the shell.
Learn something new every day.
I believe she called it sucking the crawfish's head.
Well, that's what you call it. You understand what all the terms are when it comes to having a crawfish boil?
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever sounded like that. Plus, I don't like crawfish.
Of course you don't. I mean, she clearly has
more skills. Do you sound like that when you're sucking a crawfish's head?
No, but again, she's got more skills.
Well,
all that time down at LSU, she learned a thing or two.
That's what Paul said. Yes. If you're a Paul Skeens and you're a big star, obviously, right? You are a big star. You're going to be, and for a long time, if you can get the hell out of Pittsburgh. But you're going to be, right? And he seems like a really laid back dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it seems like, and you got to be a special guy just to let Livy be Livy, because she's out there, man. And I mean, as a social media influencer.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just kind of lets her do her thing. Props to him.
Mm-hmm. In more ways than one.
Well, exactly, but I'm just saying, I mean, it takes a not every guy could do that.
You'd be too jealous? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying me
you would tell her to go put some clothes on?
No, probably not.
When you're going in public, not at home?
I would not probably say that. I'm just saying, because, I mean, she's out there and she
has fun.
Absolutely.
It's like,
she's young. What has Livy done? 23, 22, 23?
Sure.
And Skeens is probably the same age.
Yeah. Good for him.
They're a nice couple.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Lovely.
It's
long term.
Yeah, that makes you think.
Makes you think what?
Well, it's just a great country, and there's love stories.
If you were 6'5" and could pitch, you could have that.
Well, I'm not 6'5" and I can't pitch. So
and you can't have that.
That's it.
Have you seen his elbow?
That's my left elbow.
Dude.
Yeah. You want to see that?
Nobody wants to put your elbows away, man.
Dude,
stop.
I'm telling you.
Stop.
Trying to pitch. Joe's toes. The hell are we doing?
Let's talk about the Cowboys report card in the NFLPA.
Yeah, how did that go? All I know is the Pittsburgh Steelers came in dead last.
Yeah, Cowboys did all right.
They did okay. We'll do that. We'll talk about that. We continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Tell you what, if you're looking for a place to watch Paul Skeens and the Pittsburgh Pirates or any other baseball that you might want, how about the Nuggets in Oklahoma City tonight? I got a great place for you to go and watch that because it is the new sports viewing headquarters. Of course, I'm talking about Novo Brewery, attached to North Star Mall, but you don't have to go through the mall to get there. They've got their own entrance, and they're open late hours. They're not stuck to the mall's hours. It's really, they're attached to the mall, but they're their own business. And I tell you what, it is a great business. The new sports watching destination, and I say that because they've got 8 massive LED screens, over 80 feet of LED video walls. It is an incredible place. The food is absolutely fantastic. They've got everything from wings all the way up to ribeye steaks. Anything you can want in between. The burgers are fantastic. They are absolutely great. And let me tell you something. You got to get an order of fries. I don't care what else you order. Get the French fries. Might be the best French fries I have ever had because of, I'm assuming, the seasoning they use. Whatever their secret is, it works because they are fantastic. 60 craft beers on tap. They also have kombucha on tap, but they've got other beers. It's a full bar. If I looked at that and there's 60 of the craft beers, there's got to be at least 20 of every other kind of beer you can imagine that you drink on a regular basis. They've got everything you need. It is fantastic. Very first location in Texas. I'm telling you, if you go there once, you will go back again and again and again. Go check them out. NovoBrew.com. That's Novo Brew.com.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Jackson Hewitt handles your taxes and your stress. Inhale our no surprise price of $149 or less. Exhale, paying more for complicated taxes. You won't. Inhale, new tax law knowledge. Exhale, missing out on your biggest refund? Certainly not. Don't miss paying $149 or less. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
As America's #1 motorcycle insurer, Progressive has your back.
Oh, like replacing my bike in case of an accident?
Progressive's total loss coverage can help with that.
Great. And you also agree with me that my riding club should ride to the aquarium instead of cruising around a mountain, right?
Actually, we just do insurance. We don't vote in riding clubs.
Nice. 2 votes for the turtle exhibit.
To be clear, Progressive has your back for insurance only. So get a quote and see if you can save.
What are you, some kind of turtle hater?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Covered subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like an estate planner.
Per the contents of the will, all assets go to, what does that say? Ragu tataya yaminayat. Yeah, I don't know. I was in a weird place when I wrote this.
This is your job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. For the past 32 years, I've represented San Antonians injured in auto accidents. I'm a second-generation attorney here in town. My father, Bob Thompson, has practiced law here in San Antonio for more than 50 years, and I learned how to practice law from him. I learned what it means to be asked to represent a client and the tremendous honor and obligation that comes with being someone's attorney. And here's what that means for you. If you call my office, I will be the one you speak to. I will be your attorney, not a staff member or a junior lawyer. 2, I have one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. 3, relationships. A good one is built on communication, honesty, and time. I like talking to my clients. They're the only reason I go to work every day, and each is very special and very much appreciated. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, please call me. My name's Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or you can go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, so you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Shun Club, PPL Motorhomes, and Ancira Auto Group. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your team, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at sasportstar.com.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Minix, but think back way a long time ago, the dark ages when you were in school. Probably hated getting a report card, didn't you?
Yeah.
I certainly did. I was just hoping, there were more C's than D's.
There was always a couple A's in there. We used to get $1 for every A.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
Didn't make much money.
I didn't either. It's one of those things. School was just more of a place to socialize.
In Alice, Texas?
In Alice, Texas, man.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you.
Copper Cove High School, man, they higher education, the learning, the priority, and getting better every day and learning new things and really tasking yourself.
Yeah, that sounds like a barrel of BS right there. I'm just saying. Alice, it's underrated because my graduating class, we had like 550 people in there.
Oh, wow.
That's quite a few.
That's probably more than Copper's Cove.
Probably so.
Exactly.
So I'm just saying that was quite a few.
Remember my senior year? I only went half day because the work program.
Uh-huh.
But
you were KFC?
I did, and then the Copper's Cove Leader Press.
Oh,
newspaper.
How about that?
We'd go, but we'd get those big old 32-ounce plastic cups with a lid on it from KFC, and little orange Tropicana Twister and Malibu rum or something like that.
Wow.
Mr. Pollard never knew.
You think he never knew?
He never said anything.
Dude.
I don't know how aware he was anyway.
Well, a lot of the teachers were that way, I'm sure. But we used to do that because during finals, each final, you split up your classes into 2 days. And so you'd have like 3 of them one day, 3 the next, but they'd go for 2 hours, and then you'd have an hour and a half break, right? So you could leave campus. And that's where we go get Boone's Farm and
Boone's Farm.
Boone's
little
Farm.
Strawberry Hill.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember sometimes you went a little crazy.
During the day?
You're in the bathroom puking.
See, that and Mad Dog 2020.
Oh, man. Crazy days back at Alice High School.
Great.
Either that or the little baby bulls, little Schlitz malt liquor.
Remember
yeah.
those?
Uh-huh.
The Falstaff?
Yeah.
Mickey's?
Mickey's, yeah. Mickey's were good.
Damn, we're old. The
Yeah.
Beast. Which one was the Beast? Was it Natural? Light?
Milwaukee's Best.
No,
That was the Beast. Milwaukee's Beast.
Wow.
One of those Natural Light. There was something else that had a name kind of like that. Which one gave you the bitter beer face?
All of them.
Well, no, but I mean, one of them. It was
Pearl.
Because you get like a case for $4.99.
That was Keystone Light.
Keystone Light. There it is.
Oh my gosh, a case for $4. That's right.
It wasn't a case. It was a 30-pack.
Well, I mean, but what we did, especially if you were like, in a pasture party with a bonfire,
Yeah.
you would have some good stuff like Budweiser or Coors Light back then to get started. And then you'd switch over to Keystone because at that point it didn't matter.
Couldn't taste it anymore.
Well, yeah, it didn't.
You couldn't
It didn't
start
matter.
with Keystone.
Dude, in San Marcos, there used to be a club there called Bigger Than Dallas.
Bigger Than Dallas.
Bigger Than Dallas.
Uh-huh.
And on Monday nights, they had nickel pitchers. Old Milwaukee.
Well, of course.
Nickel, who gave a damn? It was a nickel.
It was a nickel.
For a pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Full size pitcher?
Full-size pitcher for a nickel. Well, on Monday nights, it was a good way to get people in on a Monday night.
Well, sure.
But in San Marcos, it didn't. It's a day that ended in Y.
No.
It didn't make a damn. Nobody cared.
I'll never forget when Erica first got to Sam Houston State, her freshman year, and we're going down there, and the Jolly Fox and it's still there. It's legendary.
The Jolly Fox.
But we're buying drinks for all the kids and a couple of beers and some Malibu and Sprites, and everybody got a shot of Fireball, and there were like 5 or 6 of them.
Nice.
Yeah, $17. I'm like, what?
Start coming here more often.
Uh-huh.
Well, they got to keep it. I mean, there were places in San. The happy hour was 3 for $1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just great. It was called Jeremiah's, that place, in a place called Good Time Charlie's. It had great happy hour specials. And
You talking about the place down on Broadway with chicken fried steaks?
no, I'm talking. It was that called in San Marcos on the square.
Nickel shots at Nephews.
Nephews
Thursdays.
Yeah, Nephews. That was
It's amazing what we remember from those days.
Nephews was a great place. It's still there, I think.
Uh-huh.
Wow, Nephews.
Play the fight song. You knew it was time to find somebody to take home.
Yeah. Well, they were only open till midnight back when I was there.
Same.
Because they didn't close. I mean, they didn't stay open till 2. And a lot of times you get in the car,
I think
drive to Austin.
San Marcos is still that way. I don't think they can stay open.
No, I
till
think
2.
they're open a little longer.
Are they?
Yeah, I think so
They
now.
finally grew up.
I think so.
Them and New Braunfels both grew up.
Yeah, I think they're 2 a.m. now. But back then it was midnight. So we'd get in the car and drive to Austin. You'd get to Austin about 12:45 and still have a good hour. or
Good
so.
hour?
Yeah.
And then drive back.
And then drive back.
Sometimes I wonder how we're all alive.
Yeah.
Every day.
Honestly,
You ain't
how are
kidding,
we
man.
all alive?
I have no clue.
So the NFL owners did not want the report cards released from the NFLPA survey. For the record, the NFLPA didn't release these.
Nope.
But they were leaked, so we got everybody's report card. The Cowboys report card overall is pretty good, although room for improvement. Treatment of families, they got a B.
And that's not good. I mean, because it's a big deal, obviously, to players that their family be treated well.
Now, every other year they've released these report cards, the Cowboys have had A's. They had an A+, an A-, and an A. And this year they got a B. I wonder what happened.
I'm surprised the one right under that, home game field. You got a C.
And I'm wondering if it's because Jerry refuses to put up curtains in his building.
Oh, stop it.
Seriously.
Oh, that's
seriously.
Ridiculous. No.
Seriously.
That's
Stop
ridiculous.
No, I'm serious.
Well, I know you're serious, but that's ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
Totally ridiculous.
The part that also surprises me is food in the dining area. They only get a B.
Wow.
Now, I know for the media, we'll give them an A because the food's there is great.
Food in the press room is fantastic. Yeah, it's great. The training room, a D.
Yeah, if you're on the training staff, you're probably having a meeting, and it's consistent. Training room D, training staff C. Last year, in 2025, they were C's and C's, and 24 C and D plus, and in 23 B and A minus.
Well, they've improved from 2024 from a D plus to a C.
Well,
that's crazy to me. What I love, and I'm surprised it's this high, because they also graded the offensive coordinator, which is shoddy. I'm assuming.
Clayton Adams.
He got an A minus.
Clayton Adams.
Eberflus got a C.
He got fired.
And that's way too high for Eberflus.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been an F.
Should have been.
Eberflus.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. The GM got a B.
That's Jerry.
Owner got a B.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Team travel, C.
And I wonder why that is, but they haven't gotten good grades at all, except in 2025 was a B minus. But 24 was a C minus, so was 23.
You know, they do have a charter plane, but it's not custom. So, you know, maybe they're not like Southwest with those extra legroom seats.
They're not. What do you mean they're not custom? They just charter an American Airlines?
Yeah, it's just regular charter plane.
Wow.
They don't have their own fancy plane like some of these other teams. Which
that really surprises me.
It doesn't, because American Airlines is a major sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, and they pay the Cowboys a ton of money for some signage and to fly on their planes. So every time they're getting on a plane, it's an American Airlines plane that's on the video.
But couldn't it be an American Airlines plane all, schwanked out inside?
No, because when the Cowboys don't have it, it's flying around.
I think Americans should pony up and get something nice. I mean, even the Spurs plane flies, they've got special areas, like the players up front, you got the media in the back, and the coaches in the middle.
Unless they have changed the plane in the last several years. No, that was always kind of one of the knocks. It's just a regular plane.
Wow.
American knows when they're flying, it's chartered, and a plane will show up on time. It ain't the same plane every time.
Interesting.
That I'm aware of. Might be the same crew, but it isn't the same plane.
I don't know how some of those big dudes get in those seats then, honestly. I mean, that's crazy. I'm assuming Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, they get the first-class seats.
Mm-hmm.
Although if you're Prescott, you probably want to give that to the big fat guys that protect you.
Yep.
I have no idea. It's crazy. It's funny because it was Miami, I believe, that got the best overalls. They were number one in all of these categories. The Pittsburgh Steelers were dead last, and I think the Cowboys ranked, 22nd overall? It was somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Which, is obviously the bottom half of the NFL. But I don't know. Do better, Jerry. You got to do better, buddy. If you win championships, then you probably get better grades. Just saying. I mean, that would be what I would think anyway. The weekend is in sight, Minix.
Yes, it is.
It is, and we got the Spurs to look forward to on Sunday. More of the Underwear Olympics all weekend long, and big game tonight. You gonna be watching OKC in Denver?
Probably. I'll have something on at the house.
I can't wait to see that. I think it's gonna be a good game, number one, and I'm really hoping Denver pulls that thing out. SGA is back for the Oklahoma City Thunders. We're talking about it all when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is a Friday. Everybody has their weekend plans. I'm guessing none of you plan on getting arrested, but some of you will, because it happens to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested or a family member, a friend of yours gets arrested, you want to get out of jail fast. And the best way for you to do that is to call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail. A lot of reasons for that. And you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds, AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7, offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's a Monday fun day on the Morning Huddle. The Spurs took on the Knicks on Sunday.
College basketball is rounding into tournament form. How'd your top 10 look? It's time to start looking at brackets. And oh yeah, the Cowboys go ahead and franchise Pickens? And who are they chasing next? We'll talk about it all. Get here early. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Get in gear at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville, your 5-time dealer of the year. $13,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Silverado 1500s. 5.9% financing on new heavy duties for 84 months. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the 2026 Tahoe Premier. Ready to go electric? Get the 2026 Equinox EV with $13,000 off MSRP. Together, let's drive. North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes by Loop 410 in Castroville. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
Switch to TurboTax and file your own taxes for free in the app, because free shouldn't cost $15.99. Right? Free Tax USA? Or is it cost $15.99 Tax USA? Switch to TurboTax and file free. Free state, free federal, 100% free, 100% guaranteed. Now this is taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Switch to TurboTax and file your own taxes in the app for free by 2/28. Excludes TurboTax expert products. $15.99 charge from Free Tax USA is for state taxes.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Bring your visions to life with smart business buying tools and technology from Amazon Business. From fast, free shipping to in-depth buying insights and automated purchase approvals, we deliver everything you need to achieve your goals. Go to AmazonBusiness.com for support.
Even if you've given up on your New Year's resolutions, one health habit that's easy to keep is Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver protects your liver so you can enjoy life to the fullest. Online at Amazon, in stores at CVS, Walgreens, and now GNC.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
You know, Jason, I used to get upset by stuff like this, but not anymore since I actually learned the lesson. Obviously, Trump was in Corpus Christi today. A bunch of politicians were there as well. And Chip Roy was one of them, and he says, Corpus Christi, home of the original Whataburger. Well, I always thought the original Whataburger was in Alice. Turns out I was wrong because I got educated. I got educated by somebody that knows that works for Whataburger. Now, what was the first Whataburger, or the first in Alice, was the first franchise Whataburger. So I was half right, but obviously Whataburger started in Corpus Christi, but the first franchise sold was in Alice.
Interesting.
How about
now,
that?
I did see that the president did go to Whataburger today. Now, I'm curious because obviously it's everything on Twitter, but they're showing somebody dude with his cell phone video saying Trump is at Whataburger. I don't know that he was actually there, but that's what the tweet said. So knowing how detailed the presidential travel is, he's not just randomly popping into a Whataburger. You know, Secret Service has been there, and they're cleaning everything up. They've got the route, the traffic, all of that kind of stuff happening.
Right.
But if he truly went to Whataburger and not just had Whataburger delivered to him, does the place close down? Or, you know, is the motorcade in the drive-through lane? It's lunchtime, man. That pisses everybody off. Or was he the only one, him and everybody that's with him, are they the only ones in the restaurant?
Well, I'm sure they were well compensated if they're going to close the place down.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
I would imagine.
I mean,
there is video. Now, I don't know if this,
did he go? So he did go.
Yes.
All right.
President Trump meets the boss of the Whataburger in Corpus Christi. Well, there's many Whataburgers in Corpus Christi.
Yeah, but it's the one he was at.
Well, I don't know which one that was. The fanciest one's right down there downtown on the bay.
The fanciest one.
Yeah, it's like a 2-story Whataburger. You can sit outside on the rooftop there. And
I'm going to guess you haven't been to the fancy-ass one they put it in Las Vegas.
No, there's one in Vegas? I didn't know that.
I haven't been there either. I've just seen photos.
Dude, why would I go to Whataburger in Las Vegas?
Exactly.
I wouldn't.
Here we go.
No offense, Whataburger, but don't know why you did that. I'm sure that
they make a ton of money.
Well, I'm sure they do. Are there slot machines in there?
They sell beer.
Do they really?
Yeah.
All right, well done,
I
Whataburger.
saw a friend of mine, military, lives in Utah, was in Vegas, wanted Whataburger, so he went there and he posted photos from in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
And again, for him, going to Whataburger was a priority because he lives in Utah now, and whatever their Air Force base is right outside Salt Lake City.
So he misses Whataburger.
Well, of course he does.
Of course.
Yes.
That's just interesting, though, that it's kind of random. I mean, a Whataburger in Vegas.
Where's In-N-Out in Vegas?
Well, that's the West Coast stuff.
Still, though, for people that don't go to L.A. or don't have an In-N-Out, you've got everything in Las Vegas. You know that, right?
Well, depending on if it's in the casino I'm in.
See,
I go to many different ones, but
I know you don't go to many different anything.
No, I do.
No, you don't like to travel outside of the Bellagio bubble or the Circa bubble.
Why should I?
Well, exactly.
Everything I need is right there.
Except for when I have drug your ass, hey, let's go check out the El Cortez. El Cortez, you have a blast. Or
that's
the
cool.
Piano Bar, going outside, other restaurants that are there. You have discovered there are things in Vegas outside of getting right to the casino and not leaving for 3 days.
Well, that's kind of what I do. But you're right. That piano bar at Harrah's is great.
Yeah.
I love El Cortez. That's
See?
my ball mark on the golf course. A $1 chip from the El Cortez.
Mm-hmm.
It's lucky.
Is it?
Hey, you know what? In all honesty, and I'm going to knock on wood, I have never left the El Cortez poorer than when I walked in there. It's a lucky place for me.
That's why I love it.
Yeah, it really is nice.
Why I love it.
I'm sure that will happen at some point in time, but at least right now that streak is alive and well. No question about it. We've been talking a lot of Cowboys, a lot of Spurs today, and Spurs rightly so. I mean, let's face it. Another big game, and I think a big test for them. Although I don't think the Knicks are as good as the Detroit Pistons, and you don't have to take my word for it. Head to head, the Pistons own the Knicks this year so far. But I think the Knicks are a more veteran group with Brunson and Cat and those guys, and I think they will they'll give the Spurs a hard time on Sunday.
When you look at and you think about just how good are the New York Knicks, I think the Knicks are more likely to come out of the East and make it to the NBA Finals than the Detroit Pistons.
Because of their experience?
Because of their
All right.
experience. You know, the same things that we talk about with the San Antonio Spurs, man, they're playing great, but they don't have the playoff battle scars yet. You apply that same thing to Detroit. Boston is kind of the interesting one, and I know Tatum is now traveling with the team in the debate on whether he should try to come back or not try to come back. If he comes back and he is effective and his return doesn't throw off all of their rhythm and everything they've established to this point, then Boston might have a chance. I don't think Cleveland is it. I don't think Toronto is it. I like the Knicks, and I've liked the Knicks for a long time. I thought they could have gotten it done last year, and obviously they didn't. Could they come out and do it this year? You know, but if I were to put money today on who in the East is going to the NBA Finals, I think my money would end up on the New York Knicks.
Wow, interesting. I'm kind of with you in that respect that I think Detroit is they're a piece away. I love Cade Cunningham. I think this dude is fantastic. But I think they're young and they're still a piece or two away. But they're going to be a force to be reckoned with now for some time. So I'm with you whether it's the Knicks or the Celtics, depending on what happens. I know that Brown is dinged up, I think, for the Celtics. That'll certainly hurt them with Tatum out. But Derek White's been playing well, and that Pritchard kid. They got a kid I think he's the first kid off the bench. I don't know if he's been starting with some of the injuries, but, man, he has been fantastic. And so they're getting play from some guys that you wouldn't think that they would get that from. But an interesting game tonight because Detroit plays Cleveland. So that's another interesting game tonight. And then, of course, the one that I'm interested in is Denver and OKC. SGA is back.
And seeing how he looks, and if he's rusty, I don't know if any of us be surprised, but, you know, that is a big game. But Spurs are, a game and a half behind Oklahoma City right now. So You're watching tonight hoping that Denver gets that win. And then you've got this big game coming up Sunday with the Spurs and the New York Knicks, which, for me, the biggest thing to watch, and obviously I want them to win every game. At some point, they're going to lose a game. This win streak is now at 11.
Right. They're going to lose a game at some point. You're right. They're not going to win out. As much as everybody, we'd like for them to do that. They will lose a few more games before it's all said and done. The question is, what is SGA coming back? Obviously, is huge for Oklahoma City as they try and hold the Spurs off for that number one seed in the West. So, look, if you're Oklahoma City, you don't really care what the Spurs are doing. You just got to take care of your own business. And if you do that, you're going to end up with the number one seed.
They are, but, I mean, they end up with the number one seed if Wemby starts playing like Wemby. And dude is obviously tired. He needs to rest.
Yeah.
And he's going to rest without missing games. The good news is, you know, they got in late, played Brooklyn, and now they don't play again until Sunday. So will that be enough time for him to get the needed rest? Because he looks tired.
He does. He does.
And I know, you know, Mitch Johnson told Jeff McDonald of the Express News that they didn't even consider sitting him against the Nets, even though it was the second night of a back-to-back. But guy needs more than just a nap. And having a couple of days off in New York City, I'm not worried about Wemby going, holy crap, it's in New York, let's go party. I've got a Friday night off. I'll, you know, take it easy on Saturday with the game on Sunday. The way Wemby is, him getting proper rest, which is what he needs, and then Sunday, because the game's early, when they leave and get to, they're not getting in at 3 a.m. He'll get a couple of nights of true sleep.
Yeah, exactly. That was the good news. They didn't have to go get on a plane after that game last night against Brooklyn. They just, I would assume, either stayed there or moved to a different hotel. So they didn't have to go.
I think they checked into the Midtown Manhattan hotel. So bus over,
Yeah.
or however they.
So they didn't have to leave.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. So they're they didn't have to worry about that. So they're in good shape there. Again, a good test, I think, for the Spurs at Madison Square Garden. Obviously, an iconic place. That place is incredible. I love being there. And hopefully the Spurs can come out of there with a win as they try and wrap this thing up. They've got New York on Sunday, and then they've got Philadelphia on Tuesday, and that wraps up the rodeo road trip. They come back home for a big game against the Detroit Pistons on Thursday. Going to be fun.
It is crazy now that we are in March, and again, I almost wondered, do they even fly from New York to Philly?
Or take the train. I don't know.
They could take the train. They could take a bus. I mean,
good question.
Where the plane is going to be, but again, games at noon, so they'll be in Philly probably by 7, 8 o'clock,
Without a doubt.
unless they try some sort of dinner in New York. But again, they've got a couple of days, and then next Thursday, Spurs back home after the rodeo road trip against Detroit.
And again, it will be fun. It'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments Detroit makes after they got spanked at home against the Spurs.
Think about
the
this,
other
though.
night.
They come home after, New York, Philly, wrap up the rodeo road trip. They've got Detroit, the Clippers, the Rockets, the Celtics, and then the Nuggets.
Wow.
Before heading out to L.A. to take on the Clippers. That home stretch, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight home games. Detroit, L.A., Houston, Boston, Denver, and, Charlotte. But, wow.
Well, that's
what a stretch.
Pretty tough schedule.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. Some good teams in there. But Spurs sitting in good shape, and it would take a major collapse for them, I think, to fall any further than the second seed, which is good news.
It really is. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Martin, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, man, I ain't worried about the and this is coming from a Rockets fan. The Spurs will be okay. Experience it, playoffs don't matter. Look at the Cowboys when they were young. As long as you have a good coach, he can get them through it. So, I think the Spurs can make it all the way. You have a good day, guys.
Appreciate you, Martin.
What was he talking about, 30 years ago?
I mean, but he's right. The Cowboys, the playoff experience matters. It does matter in the NBA. Yeah, I mean, it's rare to find a team that doesn't have playoff experience go to the NBA Finals and win a championship.
Right.
I haven't done the research on it, but what did Windhorst bring up the other day? The Orlando Magic back in the day with Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, he did.
They were one team that kind of all got together and made this crazy run. But that's Shaq, and that's obviously rare. And you're seeing Wemby with all this physical play really, 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 affecting him. And that's what they have to figure out. And role players against Detroit, Toronto stepped up big.
Yeah.
But can you count on that? That's the $1 million question.
Well, thus far, the last 3 games, they get to hand it to Vassell and Champagnie. They've shot the ball well. It was Champagnie last night, but they've shot the ball well. And again, can you sustain that? And that's a big question. So I think your concern is legit. Wemby's got to get back to being Wemby on the offensive side of the ball. Again, defensively, he's fine. But he's got to get back to the Wemby we know and love on the offensive side of the ball. So can he do that with these next 2 days? Will he get refreshed enough to be a big factor in that game against the Knicks? That's a big question.
Cannot wait.
Well, I can't wait either, Jason. It's going to be a lot of fun. And that schedule you just laid out is going to be a lot of fun. Again, just to wrap up what we've been talking about today, GHeorge Pickens officially tagged by the Dallas Cowboys. It is a non-exclusive tag, meaning other teams can negotiate with him. They can talk to him and his agent. But if somebody decides to pay him, the Cowboys don't want to match that. They owe the Cowboys a couple of first-round draft picks. So the Cowboys in the driver's seat when it comes to GHeorge Pickens. Still have not heard anything over the last couple of days about Brandon Aubrey. There's been no tender by the Cowboys placed on Aubrey. which I think is going to happen at some point in time. But maybe that's a good sign. Since there's been no talk, maybe they've been talking in the bus or somewhere else, and they're about to have a deal made.
You think about the social media post that his agent Todd France had showing video of the bus and talking about the combine and misinformation and all that. It's been kind of quiet then. Stephen Jones, I did see, I think it was Nick Harris from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, I think, tweeted out that he saw Stephen ask for any clarification, and paraphrasing, all Stephen said was, we want him and he wants to be here, and that's a good thing. How much was the offer from the Cowboys is still a debate. Highest paid, but by how much we don't know. But I haven't seen anybody really refute the report that Brandon Aubrey is seeking $10 million a year.
True. And that's probably, and why not? Why not ask for the moon, see what you get? But it could be, if they place that tender on him, he could be making as little as $5.5 million a year, or for this year anyway.
Poor dude.
Which is about half of what he wants, though.
Yeah, well, but it's $4 million more than he made last year.
Well, that's absolutely true, which is why I think if that's the case, and he's got to know that, and obviously his agent knows that, why don't you take the $7 million?
It's the business side of football, man. There was no reason for him to take the $7 million last year.
But there is now.
Well, I mean, until there's a deadline. I mean, like the Cowboys tried hard, sounds like last year, to get him to sign a deal, and maybe last year it wasn't at that number, but it was a contract that would kick in down the road, not let's tear up this $1 million and start it now. So no reason for him to sign it, because if he has a good year, which he did, you could probably ask for more.
Yeah, without a doubt. So it's going to be a good weekend. It's been a good week, and, of course, we'll have it all for you when we get back here on Monday. 2 o'clock will be the Blitz, and, of course, the fellas in the morning, AJ and Rob, will get you started Monday morning at 6 o'clock. But don't go anywhere, because coming up next, right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, the one and only James Pledger. Extra Innings with Pledger is next. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Song Ya Dong.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is KTFM Floresville and streaming online at sasportstar.com.